Hey.
Hey.
Good morning, Fish.
Would you care to debate that formally?
No, I just assumed you had one once in a while.
Why, just because I always go around with a pleasant look on my face?
Well, I guess you could say that.
Sometimes you have to look deeper into a person.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Something wrong?
I don't think so, unless you think there is something terrible about taking separate vacations.
Between you and me?
Good morning, Fish.
It won't work. I tried that already.
I suggest separate vacations. Right away, Bernice thinks I'm using it as an excuse to have an affair with another woman.
That's ridiculous. You couldn't do a thing like that. I mean, you wouldn't do a thing like that.
If you could. I mean, you're much too, old.
Hey, man, come on. You never get too old for that. I mean, that's what they say in all those articles and books they got out now. Haven't you ever seen them?
Reading exhausts me.
Hi, guys.
Well, don't we look classy?
You know, with that suit, he's either getting married or he's dead.
I'm by to pick up some things. I'm going to Cleveland.
He's dead.
Yeah. It's about Cleveland. I thought you were working at the DA's office.
Well, I am, but I gotta escort this guy up there. Come on, inside. We're flying out this afternoon.
Who is he?
His name is Frederick Clooney. He left Ohio to avoid prosecution.
For what?
He's got 2 wives.
Good Lord.
One in Cleveland and one in New York.
You a Mormon, Mr. Clooney?
No, I'm not.
He's a glutton.
No, actually, I'm a Gemini. You know, the twins? Everything I've always done in life has always been in 2s. When I was a kid, I had 2 dogs, 2 cats. Just got to be a habit with me, I guess. You don't suppose the judge would take that into consideration, do you? Extenuating astrological circumstances, so to speak?
Maybe, if the judge is a Capricorn. But if you catch a Pisces, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I'll throw the book at him. The guy's got no respect for the law, no respect for women, and I got to chauffeur him all around the country.
Well, Joe, that's part of the job.
Boredom is the rest of it.
If you guys wanted romance and excitement, you should have joined the Navy. Being a cop is, going to Cleveland.
Excuse me.
What can I do for you?
Well, my name is Woolen. I was told to come up here. It's about something I found.
What do you got?
Well, I was on my way to work. I'm an accountant for a plastics company when I noticed this file folder laying in the street.
What's in it?
Well, now, I'm not the kind who pokes around in refuse, but this didn't look like anything that anyone would throw away, so I picked it up. There's money in it.
Really? How much money?
$3,500. Well, obviously someone lost it, so I'd like to turn it in.
Somebody see you pick it up?
I don't think so.
Does anybody else know you found this money?
No.
There's nothing else in here. No identification, no name.
I realize that.
You know, Mr. Woolen, if you ever decide to run for president, you've got my vote.
Thank you. You're an accountant, right, Mr. Woolen? I mean, they don't make much money, do they?
Oh, I get by.
Mr. Woolen, you're a very honest man.
I have to go to the bathroom. But it can wait.
Here you go, Wojo. Have a good trip.
Sorry to leave you short-handed.
We'll muddle along without you.
Barney, do you think they'd mind if I drove to Cleveland?
Why would you want to do a thing like that? You can fly there in an hour.
I just want to look at the countryside.
Take my word for it. Looks better from up there.
Only it's so high.
You gotta go up in the air. Otherwise, you hit the trees, the buildings.
I guess so. Barney, I don't like to fly. I mean, it's not that I'm scared or anything like that.
No, of course not.
Even little kids fly nowadays.
Oh, sure. Nothing bothers them.
Well, it bothers some of them. And the rest of them, I guess they're just too dumb to know the difference.
That's the way kids are. Well, if you'd really rather, I could probably arrange to have someone else.
No, the tickets have my name on them.
You know, Woj, all of us have to do things that we don't like to do. I mean, take me. I don't like to go to parties. Harris doesn't like to do paperwork. Yamana...
He doesn't like to do anything.
That's my point.
It wouldn't be so bad, Barney, if I didn't feel so helpless up there. I mean, anything happens and bam, you wind up on the end of someone's putty knife.
Graphically put.
And I feel like I got no control. It's frightening, you know, Barney?
It's a question of learning to trust people.
I do. Only not up there.
Wojo, there are no guarantees, but sooner or later you gotta have a little faith in the law of averages. And in other people's ability to perform. Otherwise, life can be pretty frustrating and lonesome, you know. Huh?
Yeah. You gotta go, you gotta go. No, you don't?
Of course you do. What I'm trying to say is, you have to take chances. Well, you ought to understand that. You're a cop.
Right. You got a job to do, you go out and do it. Even if it kills you. Barney, you got another minute?
All right, here you go, Mr. Woolen. A receipt for the money. We'll keep this here in the safe. And if nobody claims it in 30 days, the $3,500 is yours.
Boy, that's a lot of money.
It certainly is.
Suppose somebody claims it.
Then some grateful citizen will have benefited from your honesty.
And I'm out $3,500.
That's about the size of it.
Well, it's been nice meeting all of you.
Yeah, you're one in a million, Mr. Woolen.
Yeah, I won't be able to sleep tonight.
You, keep in touch, Mr. Woolen, huh?
Oh, I shall. Yeah, I shall. Goodbye.
Goodbye. You see there? I mean, it does pay to keep your eyes open, you know? I mean, there's no telling what you're liable to pick up out there in the streets.
Yeah, that's how I met my second wife.
Hey, Woj. When's your plane leave, man?
A few hours.
Hey, Wojo,
Yeah?
did you take out any flight insurance?
No. Why?
Here's a buck. Take some out and make me beneficiary.
What for?
It's just a gambler in me.
I don't think that's very funny.
Oh, take it, take it. I'm just trying to help you. I never won a long shot bet in my life.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, 12th Precinct, Harris. Oh, yeah, hello, Bernice. Yeah, just a minute. Fish?
Yeah.
It's your wife.
Hello? Guess who this is? Bernice, I don't have time to play games. What's the matter? Do we have to discuss it now? Bernice, love and vacations have nothing to do with each other. One is designed for rest, the other is not. Bernice, people who hate each other go on separate vacations. People who love each other should at least be entitled to the same privilege. She hung up. Yeah?
Well, personally, I admire people who make quick decisions, you know? I mean, none of that mamby-pamby. Goodbye, I'll talk to you later. You know? Call me next week. Yeah, have a nice day. No. Quick, right from here to there. Quick, finish.
Harris, you've flown a lot. Where's the best place to sit?
Depends on whether you're interested in safety or fun.
I want the law of averages on my side.
Hey, man, you already got that. I mean, any place is safer than this city.
Personally, I like to sit just behind the wing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
People with two wives don't have opinions. They just nod a lot.
Hey, Woodrow, here's something for you I think you might be interested in. You know, take it on the plane with you.
Fear of flying?
Take it on the plane. I mean, I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, it's not one of those scientific books, is it? Like a lot of big words?
No. Little words. As a matter of fact, most of them only have about 4 letters.
Can I help you?
I would like to see Frederick Clooney. I'm Mrs. Clooney.
Oh, are you alone? What? He's right there.
Gloria, why'd you come here?
They told me where you were, Frederick.
Gloria, there's nothing more to say.
Oh, I realized that. I just came to say goodbye.
Gloria, you're gonna find somebody new. You're gonna build a whole new life for yourself.
There's nothing you have to say, Fred. I understand perfectly. May I use your bathroom?
Oh, certainly. It's right over there.
Thank you.
Nick, well, Wojo's away. We're going to have to make some changes in the duty roster. You and Chano, it'll be Harrison Fish. Then to, who's that?
Mrs. Clooney.
Which one?
Ours.
Gloria. Hey, are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine now, Fred.
That's my girl.
Goodbye, Fred.
Goodbye, Gloria. Hey, what's this?
Sleeping pills.
Oh. You didn't leave me any.
That's right, Fred. When I say goodbye, I mean goodbye.
Gloria! Hey, somebody better stop her. She just swallowed a whole bottle of sleeping pills.
In there while I can.
Wojo, get on the phone to Bellevue. Tell them we got a possible OD. Mrs. Clooney, what was it you took?
Gloria, why'd you have to do this to yourself? Isn't it enough that they're sending me to jail?
It's not important, Fred.
Well, it's stupid of you to throw your life away like this.
Please, Fred, don't be abusive. I'm trying to maintain some sense of dignity in a difficult situation.
Fish, get on the phone to this pharmacy and find out what it was she took.
Right away.
How are you feeling, Mrs. Clooney?
Oh, embarrassed, disgusted, alone, deserted.
Deserted? I'm not deserting you, Gloria. They're taking me to Cleveland by force.
It's the only way I'd go.
Do you feel any pain?
Just very tired.
Oh, I don't think she should go to sleep,
We're
Barney.
going to have you stand up, Mrs. Clooney.
Yeah, we want, Miss Clooney, come on. We want to keep you walking, huh? We want to keep the blood circulating. Things going to be fine.
Hey, why don't you let me out of here? Maybe I can do something.
I think you've done enough already, Mr. Clooney.
Barn. Emergency service unit's on the way, but they want to know what she took.
Yeah, okay. Anything yet?
You're looking up the number, Barney.
We're checking.
Okay, hold on, we're checking.
He was charming, intelligent, fun. Of course, I had no idea that he was... Wait,
I was going to tell you 100 times, Gloria. I didn't want to wreck everything.
Hank, it's secobarbital. The prescription called for 50 capsules.
Hey, could that kill her?
It could kill all of us.
Secobarbital, 50 capsules.
Secobarbital, 50 capsules.
We had 2 phones, 2 cars, 2 beds.
Too bad. They're going to be here in about 10 minutes, but in the meantime, we've got to get her to empty her stomach. You know, upchuck.
All right. Nick.
Yeah, I know. Give her some coffee.
Keep pouring it in her.
2 cups ought to do it.
He started taking trips out of town. Sales meetings, he said.
Oh, Gloria, that was just on the kid's birthday. What was I supposed to do, send him cards? John,
Barney, she's really getting heavy. The stuff's starting to get to her.
Fish, Wojo, take over.
Easy does it.
Clooney, you take cream and sugar?
Hey, is she going to be all right?
Well, just keep your fingers crossed, Mr. Clooney.
Hey, look, does your wife in Cleveland know about her?
Of course not. I was going to tell them both at the same time.
See that? Sure. That's why he's got 2 phones.
Hello there.
Did you forget something, Mr. Woolen?
No, I was just wondering if anybody claimed the money yet.
Look, we told you to come back in 30 days, not 30 minutes.
Who's this?
It's Mr. Woolen. He found $3,500 in cash and turned it in.
Really? It's very honest of you, Mr. Woolen. Listen, if you ever decide to run for mayor, you got my vote.
I already promised him president.
I could have given him kids. I've got a great body for kids. I'm built like my mother. She had 4 boys, 3 daughters, and 1 husband.
It's funny, Marco.
I can't. It's making me sick to my stomach.
Happens to all of us, Mrs. Clooney.
Have I come at a bad time?
Oh, it's just a possible OD, Mr. Woolen.
Well, that's a shame. She an addict?
No, she is not. She's a jerk, Mr. Woolen. A romantic, idealistic, naive jerk.
Gloria, stop saying those things about yourself.
Oh, shut up, Fred.
Hello, Mr. Woolen.
Is there something we can do for you?
Well, I was wondering. Now, I was halfway to work when a thought occurred. Couldn't we put that $3,500 in the bank? That way it'd earn interest. And if somebody did claim it, well, there'd be a little left over.
I'm afraid we can't do that, Mr. Woolen. That would constitute legal ownership, and that hasn't been established.
Oh. Well, it was just a thought. Sorry I disturbed you.
It's okay, Mr. Woolen. Just come back at the end of the month, huh?
Has anybody ever turned in that much money?
I don't think it's ever happened. No, Mr. Woolen. No, would you? Yes.
Fish, hold it for a second, will you?
I have got a great body for kids, baby.
Please, lady, I got a hernia.
I had a double.
John, come on, give us a hand. Let's go, come on.
Easy does it.
Okay, Mrs. Clooney.
Oh,
here we go.
Please, let me look at him one last time.
Gotta keep you walking, Mrs. Clooney. Oh.
Oh, God, I had the hots for you.
Don't give in. Hang in there, baby. Don't give in, darling.
Barn. It's getting late. I think I'm gonna have to miss my plane.
Got plenty more where they came from, Wood.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, Harris. Yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah, we'll get it downstairs right away. Barney? The emergency service unit is pulling up outside.
Good. Fish, come on, let's go.
Denise called while I was out.
Emergency service unit is downstairs. Come on, get her out.
Oh, great. You're going to be fine, Mr. Clooney. You're going to be all right.
Oh, so long, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thanks for the coffee. Goodbye, Fred. Forgive me.
Oh, there's nothing to forgive, Gloria, darling. It was all my fault.
Manners, breeding. You gotta love the guy.
Okay, Mr. Clooney, here we go. Going to be fine.
It is? All the way to Cleveland?
Thanks.
Sunny and fair.
Yeah. Nearest storm is in Fiji.
When do you leave?
1 hour.
Have a good time in Cleveland.
You could be the first.
Okay, Blueberry.
Can we stop at that hospital on the way out there?
Nope, no time. Don't worry. You get one phone call. You can make it from the airport. Which wife you call is your business.
I gotta call that hospital and find out if Gloria is all right. On the other hand, I should call Barbara and let her know I'm coming.
12th Precinct, Harris. Yeah, hi, Bernice. Yeah, hold on. Fish will be back just in a minute. Yeah.
Hey, Nick. Hey, you're a hero, man. The guys downstairs said you saved their life with your coffee.
That's in very poor taste.
You okay? Oh, yeah. She's going to be fine, but they're going to throw away the ambulance.
I won't be going out to lunch until April.
Fish, Bernice is on the phone.
Make it June. Hello? Is that you, Bernice? That felt good.
Could I borrow it for a couple weeks?
Dios, ¿tú sabes lo que es eso? Makes you want to go. Hey, Wojo, you're back.
Hey, look who made it back in one piece.
Just got in.
How was the flight?
It was okay.
Good.
Oh, Yamana. Got your dollar back.
Oh, you didn't buy the insurance?
I decided to go cold turkey.
Oh, keep the buck. It's bad luck now anyhow.
Hey, Wojo.
Hi.
How'd you like the book?
Oh, I loved it. But hey, it's not about airplanes.
Oh, no?
No. It's about this woman. She goes to Europe and a whole bunch of sexy stuff happens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I don't know why they call it Fear of Flying.
Well, were you afraid while you were reading it?
I never gave it a thought.
Need I say more?
Barn?
Yeah?
I got a confession to make.
What's that?
I got sick on a plane.
Oh, listen, happens to everybody. I myself have used those little bags many times.
What little bags?
You all right?
Oh, I'm thinking.
Oh, about what?
Human interest. My column for the newsletter this month.
Oh, yeah. What are you writing about?
Nothing. There are no interesting humans in this precinct.
Why don't you write about the Dolphins?
The Fish or the football team?
The fish. I saw a thing on TV that said that they're probably more intelligent than human beings.
I wouldn't be surprised a bit.
Just trying to say that someday we're actually going to be able to talk to them.
If the Dolphins were really smart, they won't listen to us.
There you go. Do the assignments. Get them while they're hot.
Thank you, Barney.
You seem to be shy a few people. Wojo and Wentworth not here?
They're not here yet.
You don't want them to call in?
I think they said they wanted to go to dinner together.
At 8 o'clock in the morning?
No, last night.
Barney, Is this for real? Wentworth and Amengual crowd security?
It's not as bad as it sounds. Actually, going to a party.
Oh, yeah? Beautiful.
Some civic organization throwing a block party for Vincent Capel.
Oh, the union organizer?
Yeah. It's going to be going on all day. Free food.
Oh, hey.
Will we all get to go?
Manhattan South says that our contribution is 2 officers for crowd security. You and Wentworth kind of mingle around.
All right.
Keep your eyes open.
What about dancing?
Only if you don't close your eyes.
Sorry I'm late, Barn. Subway stuck. Must have been a wreck somewhere.
As long as you're okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Sure. Guys.
Good morning, Mojo. How are you?
Start that rotten subway system.
Good morning, Janice. How are you?
Good morning, Chano. Good morning, Harris. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Chris.
Hello.
Good morning, Barney.
But you're going to say good morning to me?
I already did.
Nick, take it easy, will you? What they don't know won't hurt them.
What don't they know?
Mojo, Wentworth, can I see my office a minute?
Yes, sir.
Sure, Barn. I told them there was a wreck on a subway.
Oh, very good.
I can feel it coming. It's going to be one of those days.
Now, what you got?
Some lady complaining about a man washing his clothes in a laundromat. Come on, Nick.
What's the matter? Is he using slugs?
No. The clothes he's washing are the clothes he's wearing. Sitting around the laundromat in the nude.
Shouldn't be too hard to find him.
You never know in this neighborhood.
Look, what you do with your private lives is your own affair. Your own business. But I can't let it affect the job. So if it's going to be alarm clocks or train wrecks, I want you here on time.
Okay, Barney.
It won't happen again.
Okay. Audrey, you got your assignment?
Yeah, Barn.
Okay, Wentworth, you're on crowd security with Amengual?
Yeah, what for?
You really think you're entitled to an explanation?
No, of course not.
It's curiosity.
Cute, isn't he?
Hey, you see, Mr. Burgess, in order for you to get a police permit to carry a gun, you got to be a bodyguard for a VIP or carry large sums of money. What do you do?
I'm a barber.
See? Yeah. I got my own place. Yeah, but it's...
2 chairs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Piped in music. Classy magazine. Yeah. It's not too big, but I keep it real sanitary.
Hey, sounds like a real nice place. I'll have to look in on you one of these days.
Don't wait too long.
When you and Chana get to that block party, report to Lieutenant Scanlon of Manhattan South.
Scanlon, right. I don't think I'll be able to make it back in time for lunch.
It's okay. I think we better cool it for a while anyway.
Oh, yeah? What about tonight?
Well, that's still on.
Okay, Mr. Burgess, look, I don't think you're going to get it, right? But if you absolutely insist, here, all right? Here is an application. Now, you fill that out, bring it back to us, okay?
All right. Okay, thank you.
Right.
I just hoped I don't get mugged on the way home.
Hey, if you do, show him the application. Who knows? Psychology?
Okay, I'm all set. Let's go.
Oh, great. Hey, charming, charming. Oh, by the way, Detective Wentworth, do you dance?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
I do it all.
Oh, yeah. Yes, well, I will do some of it with you, Detective Wentworth.
Hey, Barney, how about a thesis on the psychodynamics of the police officer criminologist vis-a-vis the paranoia of contemporary urban society?
A little thin.
Yeah.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Step inside, Mr. Hurley.
Isn't there enough real crime to keep you guys busy? What is this?
Gotta have a few laughs once in a while.
Sit down here, Mr. Hurley. And be careful. Remember, you're wearing my coat.
Look, I wear clothes because I have to, not because I want to. But they got dirty. I mean, if I gotta wear clothes, they ought to at least look presentable, don't you think?
Ever hear of sending your laundry out?
Look, let me ask you one thing. What's wrong with the human body?
You're asking the wrong person.
Hey, Barney, take a look at this.
Precinct Potpourri by Detective First Grade R.N. Harris. Against the grim backdrop of panic in the streets, 2 police officers of the 12th Precinct carved their own oasis out of the rubble of violence surrounding their daily lives. Cloaked in a cocoon of warmth and understanding, they give one to the other.
Hold it. What is that? It's my column for the newsletter.
You're not gonna print this stuff where everybody in the whole damn police department can read it.
Hey, man, I'm not using any names. I mean, it's just a human interlude that's inspiring.
Yeah, well, nobody's carved nothing out of nothing. It's anybody's business. And as for that bunk about a cocoon, it's just a lot of garbage.
Nobody likes a critic.
Harris, you know, what Wojo and Wentworth do is their own business.
And what Wojo and Wentworth do is nothing any different than any 2 normal police officers would do. If they could.
Nobody's going to invade your privacy. Relax. Detective Harris is going to find something else to write about, right?
Yeah, well, I always did want to do a piece on censorship.
Well, Precinct, your honor.
I'm sorry, Barnes. I got some things on my mind, and I just got uptight.
It's clothes. Wearing clothes will make you uptight.
That's called riding up.
Dispatch got a call from China.
What's going down?
Somebody took a shot at Capel at the block party. Wentworth broke it up.
Yeah, Captain Miller hit. Wojo, get on the phone to Manhattan South. See what else you can find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Psychology of Assassination by Detective First Grade R.N. Harris. Against the grim backdrop of panic in the streets, cloaked in a cocoon of warmth and understanding. Of mirth and gaiety. The block party was... Oh, man, I can save all of this.
Big deal.
email about Manhattan South. You could have booked him here, right? It was my collar, right?
Okay.
All right, that's all I want to know.
Fine, Barney. It's just
It's just that we got Ernst out of a collar, is what?
Right. Right. Well, look, we get there, right? So what happened? All of a sudden...
We stayed together for a while. We mingled around, and then we
We
separated.
split up, right? So I'm circling...
Guys
the
make
proper...
a speech about the union and why they decided not to use their pension funds to bail out New York City because they got better things to do. All of a sudden, I hear yelling. I look around. I see a gun. I grab the guy's arm. The gun goes off in the air, which I hope to God there's no airplanes flying. I'm a police officer. I yelled, drop it. And I yelled a few other things. And then I kicked him, which he yelled something dirtier than what I yelled, and he dropped the gun. Yeah!
And I got there, Barney was all over. I mean, she took care of it herself, didn't even need me.
We had a report that an officer from the 12th Precinct used questionable language to an officer from Manhattan South. You know anything about it?
No. Yeah? There was a discussion took place.
What was said?
Well, before I can read this goon his rights, these two guys from Manhattan South start taking over. Thanks a lot, girlie, one of them says to me, which I reply, sir, that's my collar, Wentworth, 12th Precinct, which he ignores. So I replied again.
In questionable language?
No, it wasn't questionable. He knew exactly what I meant.
Then what happened?
And then they took the collar! And I'm standing there like a klutz, angry and embarrassed with my stocking ripped from his zipper where I kicked him.
Relax. Go get yourself a cup of coffee.
Never would have happened to me if I was a man, you know that.
Just get it. I tell you, Barney, they got him out of there quick, man. Nobody even said thank you.
Talk about a couple of credit grabbing, no good sons. I had him, Woj. I had him. He was mine. I had him right in my hand. Oh, my God, I broke a nail.
Hey, Barn, this isn't fair. I mean, they shouldn't be allowed to get away with it. I wish I'd have been there.
No, it all happened so fast, man, you know.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be a team.
Yeah, but we weren't holding hands.
Okay. Everybody's got work to do. Let's get back to work, huh? Look, Wentworth, it's nice to get credit. But the important thing is you did the job you get paid to do. Probably saved a life, and there's a dangerous man in custody. So let's not feel sorry for ourselves and try to take satisfaction in a job well done, huh?
I just don't feel comfortable in clothes, I think.
Neither do I, but I wear them anyway.
You know something? You've never known real freedom.
Out of the mouths of babes.
Excuse me. What is it now, Mr. Burgess, huh?
I filled out the application.
Oh, very good. Okay, just put it right on the desk right over there. Okay, leave it there.
I suppose you people know that there was a shooting in the streets just a few blocks away from here?
Yes, Mr. Burgess, we're well aware of that. Now you understand why we don't want people to carry guns?
Yeah, but that's attempted murder, you know? I mean, I'm just a barber.
Mr. Burgess, if I had my way, I would take every gun in New York City and throw it right in the river.
Huh? Hey, man, you can't do that. Then the boats couldn't get in and out.
Well, how long is it going to be before I hear?
I don't know, Mr. Burgess. There's a lot of lunatics ahead of you, okay? Come on.
Well, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I mean, what if I get held up in the meantime?
Okay, Mr. Burgess. Okay, I'm going to tell you what to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a demonstration. Now, you take your finger, point it at me, and say, stick 'em up. Come on.
Stick 'em.
See? Here's what you do if you're smart. Here, take this. There's my wallet. There's my keys, huh? There's my comb. You see? You understand? That's how you fool him, Mr. Burgess, huh? Because nothing you give him is worth much anyway, right? So he gets nothing, and you live to buy more junk until the next idiot comes along and says, stick 'em up. Right? But the fewer guns there are out there, Mr. Burgess, the less guys there will be to come around and say, stick 'em up. And someday, si Dio quiere, your junk will be safe. In the meantime, get out of here, huh?
I'm going to move someplace where the police have everything under control.
Yeah? All right, go to Miami and turn left to Havana.
I'm Lieutenant Scanlon from Manhattan South. Is Captain Miller here?
That's his office right in there.
Weren't you on my detail in the Union Block wedding?
Absolutely right.
How did they get a face?
Hello there. Never see this face before.
Can't say that I had. How you doing, girlie?
Flatfoot.
Whether her being there was coincidence or not, she deserves to be recommended for a commendation.
Come on. I got my precinct, you've got yours, and we both got our own people to watch out for. You want to give her something? Take her out to dinner. She'll love you for it.
How long were you on Vice, Scanlon?
13 beautiful years.
You were meant for each other.
So look, had she not lunged and averted the barrel of the weapon, Capel would have been a dead man. The bullet meant for the Union leader exploded harmlessly into the ether. This reporter wishes to add his commendation to those already proffered by other department personnel present at the scene.
What is that?
To Detective Janice Wentworth of the 12th Precinct. Her actions were in the finest traditions of the New York Police Department.
Why is he saying that? What is it?
Mr. Capel himself is expected to host a reception for Detective Wentworth at his home sometime in the near future. Congratulations, Detective Wentworth, from all your comrades in arms.
What is that?
It's my column for the police department newsletter, The Sentinel of Truth. We're waiting to go to press now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, I mean, fortunately, you know, being here at the 12th, I just happened to get a scoop.
Yeah, but that happened to be my detail. I'm Scanlon from Manhattan South.
Scanlon?
Yeah.
Scanlon.
Lieutenant Scanlon. I was in charge.
Oh, wow. You don't seem to be mentioned here.
Also, that's not the way the official record reads it.
Oh, no. What a shame. Wow. Seems like there may be a few questions asked, huh?
All right, what is this?
It's called freedom of the press.
It's also called extortion.
Semantics. See you around, Scanlon.
Okay. Okay. So we don't muddy up the record, Wedgwood gets a mention.
Wentworth.
Sure, Wentworth, yeah. You get a mention in the report.
Commendation.
Big deal. Certain new facts have come to light, huh? You get a recommend for a commendation.
Thank you very much.
And if you ever get down to Manhattan South again, well, there's a dinner in it for you, too. Huh? How about that?
No thanks, I don't fool around.
Hey, you. You know you got a wonderful way with words, but someday it's gonna get you in trouble.
It's the story of my life. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I fight injustice wherever I find it.
Oh, boy, Barney, he's going to be impossible to live with.
I got you. Let's go solve it.
Yeah, your place or mine. Why do you say shh? We're grown people. Right? You like me, I like you. We got a nice thing going. What do you say shh? What are you ashamed of?
Oh, I'm not ashamed.
Squad? This is Wojo Owens, Wentworth, the dynamite couple. We're going to my house for a couple of drinks and relax, and maybe we'll fool around a little bit if we feel like it. And if we don't feel like it, we'll be in on time, right?
Well, we'll be on time either way.
We'll be in on time either way.
Right out in the open. That's the way a relationship should be.
You're probably right. I remember after I met Bernice, I didn't want anyone to know about it. Kept it a secret from everyone.
How long did you manage that?
Oh, till about 3 years ago.
Must be still in the middle of a massage. Or whatever.
Whatever. I just got off the phone with the 2nd Avenue Merchants Association.
Ah, they're still complaining about the parlors, huh?
Wouldn't you? Killing business.
It's so strange. When I walk to work up that street, sex shop. Girls inside, Institute of Physical Love. And right there on the corner is a Christian Science reading room.
God knows what goes on in there.
You've been solicited in your recent travels?
Not yet.
Hey, man, me neither. And I was giving it my best shot. Charm, intelligence, humor.
I think the girl knew I was a cop. She never got below my shoulders.
Man, you know, I think what my problem was that nobody could believe that I would have to go to a place like that.
Oh, nice.
No, I mean, really, man, you know, I just don't look desperate enough.
Oh, man, get off.
Hey, I'm not poor. I can swing it.
I don't understand. Why shouldn't I be able to take you to dinner once in a while?
It looks funny. Did you see the way the waiter looked at me when you paid the tab?
No.
Well, he acted like he thought you were keeping me.
Oh, I can't even keep a dog.
How was dinner?
Degrading.
I think I know the restaurant.
Hey, what happened to Fish?
Oh, we're afraid he may be getting lost in his work.
Well, he does better than I did. Second a lady touched me, I started to giggle. I'm not even ticklish. Can you figure that?
Hey, Fish, how'd it go?
Hey, come on, Fish. Did you get a bite?
Fish? Any luck?
I couldn't get anyone to do anything to me. For any amount of money.
Legitimate massage parlor, then, huh?
They wouldn't even do that.
All right, I give up. Anybody got any ideas? We've sent everyone out.
Correction. I haven't gone yet.
Wentworth, you know around here we consider you an equal. However, certain assignments carry certain biological...
Barney, they got places that cater to both sexes. They got male personnel that entertain housewives that got a few hours to kill, right?
Well, she's right, Barney. My place had both kinds.
Never occurred to me.
No, Barney, it's crazy. I mean, it's backwards. And beside that, it ain't decent.
I noticed you weren't so upset when Fish went.
But that's different. I mean, nothing could happen with Fish.
Poor Joe, if Wentworth wants to give it a try, why not?
Yeah, what have I got to lose? It's just an expression.
Yeah, okay, we'll get somebody over there right away. Barney? There's a mugging in one of the apartment buildings over on 14th Street.
You and Chano.
Okay.
You don't seem too happy about it.
Oh, well, I don't know. You know, after the emporium of cosmic love, everything else seems so, mundane.
You sure nothing happened?
You know, Nick, Bernice used to massage me, rub my back, smooth my brow, blow on my neck.
What for?
My very word.
Hey, Mr. Fletcher, you want to have a seat right over there, please? We'll get some information on this case.
Which is it?
Oh, the victim.
Oh.
Hey, but listen to this. He says the mugger was an old lady.
Refreshing?
About 5'3", maybe 120 pounds. Silver hair, between 65 and 70.
Any distinguishing marks?
Wrinkles. But it was dark, and I didn't really get a good look at her face.
What kind of weapon did she use? A gun?
Oh, no, she didn't have anything.
Mr. Fletcher, you seem to be a reasonably healthy young man. You mean to tell me that you handed over your wallet to a 65-year-old woman with no weapon?
Not without a fight. How do you think I got this?
She overpowered you then?
She knew,
Oh, karate.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
Okay, Mr. Fletcher. Barney? Barney, Mr. Fletcher says he was mugged by a little old lady.
You don't believe it?
You kidding? The way he was worked over had to be a guy dressed as an old lady.
Well, it's a lot of creeps who work that way.
Okay. Go in the file, see what you can find on someone who uses that M.O.
Right.
But we don't pass up any opportunities, especially the eyewitness account of a victim. So let's see what we have on older women with a history of violent behavior. We may get an idea out of it. Come on.
What happened?
Nothing. All I got was a massage.
Oh, gee, that's too bad. Nice try, though.
Nothing, huh?
They sent me to a woman.
I'd have settled for that.
Looks like we'll have to figure something else out, huh, Barn?
But Barney, I saw other women going through a door where I'm practically positive the action was. I don't know. I think that my mistake was I was too, aloof.
You saying you want to go back?
Yeah, tomorrow, please. And this time I'll leave nothing to the imagination as to what I'm in the market for.
Okay, we'll give it another try.
Barn, we only got one shot at it.
Mojo, are you saying that I'm playing favorites? This is a police investigation, not who gets to be hall monitor.
Forget it. None of my business.
I guess I'll start checking the ladies, huh?
I just can't believe that an old lady could inflict that kind of punishment on a man.
You've learned nothing from knowing me.
How you doing, Mr. Fletcher? Anyone look familiar?
They all look like my mother.
Keep looking, Mr. Fletcher. Keep looking.
The women used to be shy and modest. Now, Wentworth never even blushes.
Neither do I. At least not so as you could tell. Fletcher's looking at real old ladies.
What about Chano's theory?
We found 3 guys, muggers who've been pulled in women's clothes. But they're all accounted for.
Yeah. One of them's in Joliet. One of them's waiting on trial over at the Tombs. And one's in Copenhagen.
Any luck?
These pictures, some of them are awfully old. I mean, they're yellow and curling up at the edges.
It'll happen to you, too, Mr.
Chano, maybe you better bring those ladies in just in case and see if Mr. Fletcher can make a positive ID.
All right. Oh, Barney, hang on. It's Wentworth.
Oh, yeah. Good. Very good. Okay. Have them send a squad car over and padlock that massage parlor. Wentworth got solicited. She's bringing in a suspect.
Oh, wow. We blew it, and she pulls it off. Wow. How do you explain that?
Experience.
Okay, in here, cowboy.
Well, ma'am, if somebody's got a talent for giving pleasure to other people, now shouldn't he use it?
Hold still, will you, Lance?
Come on, ma'am, give me a break.
Come on, Lance. Be good. You've been very good up till now. Captain, here he is. I got him. It's a very good bust, and I promise I can make it stick.
Congratulations.
You know that door I told you about that I saw women going through?
Yeah.
Well, I went through it, and I found him, and I found you won't believe what they had.
Tell me in my office. Wojo, do the preliminary report, will you?
Sure, I don't care.
Hey, sir, if somebody's got a God-given talent now shouldn't they utilize it, huh?
Do you sing?
Yeah, and he's gonna lose his voice if you ain't careful. Sit down, Buckaroo.
Okay,
What's your name?
Lance Peterson.
Lance.
So I said, hey, cut it out. I'm a police officer, Buster. And he's laughing. And he keeps on doing it. So I pulled out my badge.
That was quick thinking.
And,
How about the owner?
the owner is, Kogan sent a car to his residence. He wasn't there.
You were all right.
Oh, yeah, I'm terrific. I got a wonderful massage before I made the arrest. I had a little knot right here. It's gone.
You know, I've only been in New York 2 weeks.
In a cage.
Yeah, you know, I was going to work freelance, but I just couldn't seem to get much response.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I like being my own boss.
There's some women go for that pretty type, huh?
I'm going to look him up for priors.
Well, I bet he's got them. He's probably had about everything.
He's really an okay kid, you know.
Yeah, sure. You know, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell when something that's legal becomes illegal. Think you got a case that'll stand up in court?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Yeah, let me see your report.
Hey, man, I haven't finished writing it yet.
I'm gonna wait for the movie.
Your tea, Mrs. Oppenheimer.
Thank you very much, officer.
Sergeant Fish.
You know, you remind me of my first husband.
Oh, really?
He's dead now, but you looked like him when he was alive, too.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, there's more where that came from.
Hey, look, you tried that again, my darling, and I'm putting the cuffs on, okay?
Oh, that's it. Go ahead. Cut off what little circulation I got left.
Tano, this is Mrs. Mary Dexter, and this is Miss Eunice Smith, and this is Mrs. Mabel Kleiner. Don't turn your back on Kleiner.
Mrs. Kleiner, if you would be so kind.
Take your clumsy paws off me. You lousy bull.
Yeah, I believe that was a term used for police officers sometime around the Civil War.
You want to hear another term from the Civil War?
Careful. If you'll be seated, please. Ladies, have a seat over there, please, and you right there. Did you hear from Fletcher yet?
Not yet.
Hey, boy. How about some coffee?
For you? Sure.
Hey, ma'am. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, what's going to happen to me?
I don't know, Lance, but I, checked you for priors, and you've never done anything wrong before.
Yeah, I know. I don't see what I've done wrong now.
You really don't, do you?
Oh, no, sir.
Some things you just don't do for money.
Like playing the horses. Here we go.
Thanks.
You deserve it.
Oh! You know, we tore apart cell block 6 over coffee like this.
Captain, I just checked Lance for priors. He's got nothing here. He's got nothing back in Oklahoma. I just think he's a kid that got caught up in a bad scene, you know?
Well, he's young. He's got no record. Guess the judge would go easy on him if he promised to find a new line of work.
Well, yeah, but, Captain, I'm not suited for anything else.
You telling me that's the only way you can find to make a living? Don't you have a skill?
Yeah, so I've been told.
I just don't understand why I've been brought here, officer.
Well, as I told you, you were tentatively identified by the victim of a mugging. That's...
Me? Well, I hardly even get out of the house.
Mrs. Oppenheimer, you have quite a record here. You must have gotten out of the house occasionally.
I'm a poor lady who just wants to be left alone.
Mrs. Oppenheimer, look, armed robbery, extortion, check fraud.
I was just trying to get by.
Look at this, 1948, conviction, aggravated assault and mayhem. According to this, you broke the arm of a certain bookmaker named Meyer?
He owed me $50.
I understand, sir.
Chano, Mr. Fletcher.
Oh, yes, Mr. Fletcher, thank you for coming down.
Is that them?
Yes, those are they.
Shouldn't I be behind a one-way mirror? Or in the dark with them under bright lights? Isn't that safer?
Yeah, but this is cheaper.
Mr. Fletcher, you have to face them eventually to sign a complaint, so...
Ladies, would you stand here by the file cabinet for me, please, so
yes,
Mr.
please.
Fletcher can make an ID? Right over there. And, Mr. Fletcher, you take a good look, huh?
I will.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Barney, Hogan's got his bail ticket downstairs.
Run him down, will you?
Okay.
Hey, ma'am. How about that? I'm getting bailed out.
Hey, very good.
Yeah.
Listen, don't worry about anything, Lance. You're gonna be okay, you know?
Hey, you know something? Maybe I'll get lucky and get me a lady judge, huh?
just don't do to her what you did to me, huh?
Hey, man, you know something? You're about the kindest person I've met since I've been here. Well, I'd like maybe sometime to take you out someplace.
Hey, go ahead. Let's find out how much he charges first.
Oh, hey, no charge.
No thanks, Lance, but I'm very flattered.
Hey, sir. What I do isn't so terrible. Is it?
Don't ask me. I can't even carry a tune.
Mr. Fletcher, just for the record, you are saying that this is the lady that assaulted you and took your money?
Yes, Captain.
Mr. Fletcher, this is Mrs. Krause, our cleaning lady.
What? We put her in as a safety valve for people like you.
But I was so sure.
Well, apparently that's not good enough, Mr. Fletcher.
Does she have an alibi?
35 policemen.
You all look alike.
Are you still angry about Lance and everything?
Well, I can't help it. I mean, I keep wondering what happened.
Okay, I'll tell you. I went to this room, and I disrobed. And I took this terry cloth towel, and I wrapped it around my body. Then I went into another room, and there was Lance. His tight white pants and T-shirt. And then I laid down on this table, face down. And he starts to massage me. And he massaged me.
Never mind. You don't have to paint pictures. I think I can fill it in for myself.
Not as good as I can tell it.
Forget it.
I'll tell you later when we're alone.
Yeah?
Gosh, I'm awfully sorry.
Hey, don't worry about it, Mr. Fletcher. We all make mistakes. Listen, we'll keep looking for you, okay?
Oh, thank you very much. It could be any of them.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Krause, for your cooperation. We'd like to see more of you.
No, I don't think so.
How about the others, Barney?
Give them our apologies, send them home. It's almost Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Barney, I got an idea.
Shoot.
Well, it's a little crazy, but
It's my kind of idea.
Excuse me, ladies. I was just wondering if...
Hey, what is this?
You shouldn't do that to a person.
Mm-hmm. Your black belt is showing, Mrs. Dexter. Would you have a seat over here, please, if you don't mind? Right over there. Huh? Thank you.
Harris, see if you can catch Fletcher.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you very much. You're free to go.
Thanks for nothing. And that includes the coffee. Hey, I've been noticing you ever since I came in.
Oh?
If you play your cards right, you might be able to buy me a drink later.
I'll have to take a rain check on that. I'm married.
A rain check? Till when?
Till I'm no longer married or dead. Whichever comes first.
Come on. Hey, man, don't push.
Hey, I don't want any more trouble out of you.
Hey, look, these cuffs are so tight I can't breathe. Oh, I think my wrist is broke. Hey, I want to see a doctor.
I don't want to hear any more out of you unless it's a confession.
Print him?
Yeah, isn't easy.
What do you got on him?
Positive ID from the victim. I caught him with the purse.
I'm Lawrence Spiegelgas, Public Defender's Office. I'm a lawyer.
Congratulations.
Is there a Joseph Patano here?
Yeah, hey, that's me. Where you been?
Oh, Mr. Patano, I'm Lawrence Spiegelgas.
Mr. Spiegelgas, I'm Captain Miller. This is Detective Wojciechowicz, the arresting officer.
What's he charged with?
He grabbed the lady's purse over on 14th Street.
Allegedly grabbed the purse?
Yeah, and he allegedly almost tore her arm off.
May I confer with my client in private?
Sure, who cares?
Who cares?
They can't do this.
What's that?
My insurance company. They're raising the premium on my life insurance policy $50 a month.
Oh, that's not fair, man. You ought to pay less as you get closer.
Captain Miller, I'd just like to inform you that I am lodging a formal complaint with the District Attorney's Office in regard to Detective Wojciechowicz' actions.
That's Wojciechowicz.
That's correct.
What grounds?
On the grounds that he verbally and physically threatened the life of my client.
He's nuts, Barney.
All right, take it.
There's a definite violation of Mr. Patano's rights here.
Hey, the guy was out of line. He resisted arrest.
Hey, man, you threatened me.
I'll blow it out. Okay, Wojciech, take it easy. You got a report to finish?
Right, Captain.
Now, I don't want to tell you how to defend your client, Mr. Spiegelgas, but I think you should know that Detective Wojciechowicz has an exemplary and unblemished record.
Up until now. Good day, Captain.
Wojciech, I want to see that report as soon as you finish.
College kid.
File formal charges. Coercion, intimidation, threatening the well-being of a suspect.
Well, that's a crock of beans, Mark.
Looking through your report, it says here, the alleged purse snatcher then proceeded to resist arrest, to which I suggested he shouldn't.
Right.
The heart of the matter seems to be the suggestion. How did you put it?
Well, I don't remember the exact words.
What did you say? I suggest you stop resisting arrest?
Not exactly.
How did you put it?
Well, you know, something like, knock that off or I'll grab your tongue.
Grab your tongue?
And pull it out.
Pull it out.
By the roots.
It's not fair, and I'm not going to pay it. I don't care what the results of my exam were. X-rays can be misleading.
Well, so long, you guys. See you around. I hope. Where are you going? Got to go down to internal affairs.
Oh. Well, listen, Wojo, if I don't see you around, Merry Christmas.
Hey, John.
What?
You ever been down there?
Oh, no, man. I stay away from those guys.
Nick?
Not since Pearl Harbor.
Hey, Barney. Over on 2nd Avenue, some guy is knocking over newspaper racks.
Wouldn't imagine there'd be much money in that.
He's not robbing them. He's just knocking them over.
My mistake.
Well, because you couldn't carry on. Would you please just take it easy, Mr. Frumpus?
Listen, I'm a man with morals, and I'm prepared to go to the chair for that.
Oh, would you start by going to that chair, please?
What we got here?
It's Mr. Fromkus of Fromkus Fine Foods. He's been knocking over newspaper racks in front of his delicatessen.
Filthy newspaper racks. 23 of them, and each one filthier than the other.
Yeah, they're laying all over the place, busted into and empty.
I kept all the evidence, dirty, filthy evidence.
Please, would you sit down over there, Mr. Frumpus, huh? Barney, we interviewed some witnesses and found Mr. Frumpus in the back of his store.
I wasn't hiding, I was sorting.
Yeah, Mr. Fromkus has a very extensive collection of pornographic literature.
Literature? Pride and Prejudice is literature. This is garbage. I want all those people arrested.
I don't think that's possible, Mr. Frumpus.
I'm a taxpayer. Don't I have the right to make out a complaint?
Certainly do, Mr. Frumpus. Detective Harris is going to catalog all this material, and he will make out a report, which will be forwarded to the proper authorities. In the meantime, Sergeant Amangual here has some questions for you, if you don't mind.
Fair is fair.
Nick, why don't you get Mr. Frumpus some coffee? Sure. Hey, how'd it go?
I don't know.
Who'd you talk to?
Some lieutenant. I told him what happened, and then he sent me down to a doctor. A head shrinker.
Psychiatric evaluation, huh?
Whatever. You talk about a federal case.
Hold on. Barney, division commander for you.
Take it to my office.
Hey, Fish, you're gonna see some of this stuff.
Why?
I need this for official business.
All of them?
Oh, man. I don't believe it. Just because some punk cries about not getting treated with kid gloves, I gotta go out down there and spend a whole morning just looking at dirt spots on cardboard. Like I was flaky or something.
Give you the Rorschach test, huh?
Yeah, whatever they call it.
What'd you tell them the spots look like?
I don't know. Some of them look like, animals. Some of them look like people. Some of them look like Dad.
It's required reading. I'm taking a crash course in degeneracy.
Oh, look at that.
Well, I ain't never seen nothing like this before.
Of course not. They wouldn't put stuff like that in front of the police station.
You gotta walk 3 blocks.
Would you?
Here you go, Mr. Fromkus. Just
thank-
made fresh.
Thank you. You know, you think you've been disgusted about as much as you can be disgusted, and then something suddenly happens, and you're more disgusted.
Oh, would you rather have some tea?
Division commander. pending further inquiry, you've been suspended from field duty.
You're kidding.
I wish I were. That psychiatrist who did the evaluation on you has recommended that you be restricted to desk duty and that you turn in your gun.
But what for?
Temporarily, you are considered a risk.
Barney, that's crazy.
Of course it's crazy, and it's not the end of it.
Well, I mean, who is this guy anyway, huh?
Dr. Paul Nathan Esterhazy. Consultant, works for the department. He's,
What kind of name is Esterhazy?
I think it's Hungarian.
Figures.
Oh, Joe. The best way to handle this is through channels, and I promise you, I'll take it all the way downtown. Now, just do me a favor, relax, spend a few days at your desk. Let me have your gun.
Risk? What kind of risk? Like for him, I have to turn that thing in.
And what I am saying is that Dr. Esterhazy spent a total of 20 minutes with Detective Wojciechowicz while I have worked intimately with the man for the past 2 years. Therefore, No, I do not have a degree in that area, no. But that doesn't... Yes, I certainly would welcome the opportunity to discuss it with him. He's coming down here? What is he coming down here for? What further evaluations? What members of the 12th precinct? What do you mean, inquisitive?
Hey, Mike.
Inspector?
Well, let's hear it here for the old inspector. Huh? Hey, well, Joe, understand you're getting a little reputation, huh? Going out there, doing your job, kicking tail. Good man. Way to go.
Yeah, doing my job and getting myself suspended.
Well, you still got a lot to learn, well, Joe. In time, you'll find out that harassment is a skill, like anything else.
Well, they took away my gun.
I know how you feel. I wish I had a nickel for every time I had to walk around collecting dust in my holster. Sure.
But, Dr. Esterhazy, he says I'm psychologically unstable.
You should have heard what one of them told me one time. Why, the reason I ain't married. Where's Barney?
Oh, he's going to talk to the commander on the phone.
Let me know, Harry. I'll wait. Hi, Harris.
Hi, Inspector.
Yeah, well, your premiums are way out of line. And you're going to make a deal or I'm going to take my business elsewhere. That's right. I'm switching from reducing time to regular life. Because it looks that I may live longer than I'd hoped.
I'm Dr. Paul Esterhazy. I'm looking for Captain Miller.
He's in his office. He'll be out in a minute.
Barney, what did the commissioner say?
He said it's up to God and Dr. Paul Nathan Esterhazy.
How do you do?
He's the latter.
Dr. Esterhazy, I'm Captain Miller.
Hi, Barney.
Inspector Luker. Have you two met?
I haven't had the pleasure.
This is Deputy Inspector Frank Luger from Division, Dr. Paul Nathan Esterhazy.
Oh, yeah. You're the shrink, huh? Wow. Doctor, it's come to my attention that you allegedly examined one of my men, Detective Wojciechowicz over there, and that you come up with some pretty rinky-dink conclusions.
Inspector.
No, Barney. As one of the commanding officers of this division, I feel it's my duty to
Captain,
point out
I'd be very
few
interested to hear what the inspector has to say.
Klutz. Fine. And I'm glad to hear it. You know, Nathan, it seems to me that you got a lot to learn about the police department. And I want you to know that my men continuously conduct themselves in a legal and orderly manner, especially when dealing with the public, most of whom are freaks anyway. No, this is the time right here for a little straight talk. Now, look, Doc, I know you got your job to do, see? But we got some problems here in the law enforcement business, too, that you people don't seem to understand. Now, you take your average kookaboo running around out there in the street. Now, you're going to find you're going to have some...
May I see your paper, Inspector?
Yes, when I get through with it.
Doctor, I understand you're here to do some further studies?
Oh, that's right, Captain, if you don't mind.
I welcome it. If you ever want to find out what makes me tick, you come down to my office. See you around.
Hey, Inspector?
Yes, Harris.
The paper, please?
I told you, when I get through with it.
You have a room somewhere where I can work?
At my office.
Thank you.
Make yourself at home.
I'll try not to take up too much of your time, Captain.
Doctor, I know your report on Detective Wojciechowicz probably had sound psychological basis.
Not probably.
But there were extenuating circumstances that I think you should be aware
May I
of.
see your men in alphabetical order, Captain?
Your mana's gonna love that. Jono?
Yeah, Barn.
Dr. Esterhazy is conducting interviews. He wants to start with you. Amengual?
Oh, sure. Puerto Rican.
Barney, I checked Mr. Fromkus for priors and came up zilch.
Tell you what, make out a DAT.
Okay.
Mr. Fromkus, I'm going to release you on a desk appearance ticket. It means you don't have to sit in jail waiting for your arraignment. They'll let you know when you have to show up in court.
Thank God I can turn off the Condi. I'm sorry if I caused you any trouble.
No trouble at all, Mr. Fromkus. I don't think any of us really blame you too much for what you did. You seem to be a man of high principle.
Likewise, Captain. And may I say that I feel privileged to live in a neighborhood that employs policemen of your caliber. I hope I haven't caused you any inconvenience.
Not at all, no.
And I hope that we meet again under better circumstances. And I hope that the doctor heard all that.
Hey, how'd you make out?
I don't know. He just kept looking at me funny like.
Can't tell nothing from a bunch of dirty spots that don't look like nothing.
Well, it looked like something to me. Looked like birds and flowers.
Yeah, I saw a few countries. France and Spain and Madagascar.
An enlarged heart?
An elephant wearing a hat.
To each his own. That's the name of that test.
Captain Miller, may I see you a moment, please?
Watch him. He's tricky.
Sit down, Captain Miller. I assume you're familiar with this test. It's really very simple.
I don't mind taking part in your survey, Doctor, but we do have a lot of work to do around
It won't
here.
take very long, and I appreciate your cooperation. Now, these cards will suggest certain images to you. Just feel free to loosely associate your impressions. Card number 1, please.
Have you come to any conclusions yet, Doctor? I mean, about the men?
Yes, I have, to some degree.
And they are?
I don't think I can discuss them now.
I'm going to see that report sooner or later.
Card number 1, please.
It's my understanding that the conclusions from this test varies from doctor to doctor.
Somewhat, yes. Card number 1.
Look, Doctor, I have a very vivid imagination. I can see 100 images in any one of these cards, ranging from the horrifying to the idyllic, from the ridiculous to the sublime, because that's the way I look at life, particularly in the mood I'm in right now. Now, look, Doctor, you've got my men on tenterhooks out there, and I want to know what to expect when that report comes down.
You're a passionate man, Captain. Loyal, dedicated,
curious.
All right. You want to know what my conclusions are?
Yes.
My conclusions are that my suspicions are well-founded.
And those suspicions are?
That I have never found a policeman who should be permitted to carry a gun. You're nuts. Now, look, I have conducted over 1,500 tests on law enforcement personnel. And I've always found the usual irrational responses, high levels of paranoia, passionate dedication to concepts that are fundamentally barbaric. I just don't feel that that sort of personality should be trusted with a dangerous weapon.
That's insane. How are the police supposed to function without weapons? There are people out there who are demanding protection, and they're entitled to it. How do we protect the public without weapons?
I haven't completely worked that out yet.
And what are we supposed to do in the meantime?
I'm not sure.
Well, what about the public? Should they be entitled to carry a gun?
Are you crazy? This is ridiculous.
Then what you are saying, Doctor, is that no one should carry a gun.
That's exactly what I'm saying, wise guy.
Wait a minute. You got a point there. Let me ask you another question. Between the public and the police, just as a general group, which would you say is more paranoid?
Well, definitely the public.
Well, if the public is more paranoid than the police, who would you rather see carry the guns?
The answer is obvious, the police.
Would you mind putting that in the report? Yeah, and while you're at it, would you add the special circumstances in the case of Detective Wojciechowicz, who was doing his duty to the best of his ability, who was resisted forcibly by a suspect who insulted him?
Wait a minute. Insulted him?
There's an armed robbery in progress, a bank over on 11th.
Draw some weapons.
All right.
If you don't mind. By all means. Something went wrong here. Something went wrong.
What do you mean you don't issue new policies to persons my age? Oh, really? Would you care for a suggestion of what to do with that rock of yours?
No luck, huh?
Nobody will cover me. Oh, if Bernice finds out I don't have any insurance, it would kill her. And she's not covered either.
Russell Crowe from Gladiator? No. I want to be Russell Crowe. You're supposed to be a Roman empress or something. Look, I've got the costumes sorted. We'll do it tonight. Those taking Raquel and Damien out. We'll have the flat to ourselves. Later that evening, the Nelson Mandela House flat was transformed into an arena of profound awkwardness. Rodney emerged from the bathroom wearing a rented leather gladiator tunic that was 2 sizes too big, plastic shin guards, and a toy sword. He looked less like Maximus Decimus Meridius and more like a very sad, very skinny extra from a low-budget historical play. Cassandra stepped out of the bedroom wearing a remarkably authentic-looking female police officer's uniform, complete with a hat and a truncheon. They stared at each other in the living room. The sexual tension was entirely non-existent, replaced instead by a paralyzing sense of absurdity. So, Cassandra said, adjusting her police radio, "Do you want to pillage a village, or should I arrest you for a breach of the peace?" Before Rodney could answer, the front door violently swung open. Del burst in, breathless and panicked. "Monkey Harris is on the phone. We're being raided." He stopped dead in his tracks, staring at the bizarre tableau before him. A Roman gladiator and a police officer standing in his living room. Del clutched his chest. "My God, I thought you was a real policewoman. You nearly gave me a coronary. What are you doing here? You said you was going out." "We were going out," Rodney stammered, frantically trying to cover his bare, pale legs with the toy sword. "We came back." "Why are you dressed like that?" Del demanded, his eyes wide with confusion, like a couple of lollies. Cassandra crossed her arms, deeply unimpressed. Isn't it obvious? Derek, we are role-playing. Oh, I see, Dell said slowly, a smirk beginning to tug at the corners of his mouth. Right. A bit early for a fancy dress party, isn't it? 5:30. It's an early party. Rodney lied desperately. Cassandra's ex-boss at the bank invited us. And who are you supposed to be? Rotters? Dell asked, circling his brother, inspecting the plastic armor. Spartacus with piles. I am Russell Crowe, Rodney declared indignantly. Dell burst into roaring laughter. Russell Crowe, you look like a whippet in a leather harness. Go on, then, you two, off to your party. Have fun. Actually, Dell suddenly remembered, his face turning serious. You can't go out. I need you to stay here. Rodney. What? Why? I'm expecting a very important phone call tonight regarding a massive consignment of goods. I have to go meet Monkey Harris, and I need you here to answer the phone and take the order. But Dell, we're in the middle of therapy. Business before pleasure, Mr. Managing Director, Dell reminded him firmly. You took the job. Now take the responsibility. I'll be back by midnight. Oh, and Russell? Dell paused at the door, grinning wickedly. Don't conquer Gaul without me. He slammed the door, leaving the gladiator and the policewoman to sit in silence on the floral sofa, the mood thoroughly and permanently ruined. Chapter 7, The Rainbow Road. Thursday night arrived, and with it came the moment Del Boy had been building toward to save their financial skins. He had actually managed to pass the auditions and get onto Gold Rush. The studio lights were blinding, the audience was roaring, and the host, Jonathan Ross, was bouncing around the stage with manic energy. Sitting in the green room, Del wiped a layer of sweat from his forehead. He was wearing his best suit, a sharp gray number with a subtle pinstripe. He looked the part of the successful businessman, even if his bank account was currently weeping. Welcome to another edition of the show that is taking the country by storm. Jonathan Ross yelled to the cameras. This is the fastest game show on TV. This is Thursday. This is live. And this is Gold Rush. Del was introduced alongside to other contestants. Mike, a financial advisor from Merseyside, and Janice, an amateur opera singer from Newquay. Through a combination of sheer luck, quick reflexes, and his competitors' catastrophic errors, Del managed to navigate the early rounds. He guessed his way through a question about African mountains Kilimanjaro. Any idiot knows that Fuji make cameras, and survived a challenge from Janice that doubled his money. He was on a winning streak. The studio audience was firmly behind the charismatic, fast-talking Londoner. The lights around the stage changed from green to blue to purple as he advanced up the prize ladder. Derek, Jonathan Ross said, the tension music pulsing in the background. You are doing incredibly well. You are currently sitting on 25,000 pounds. The audience gasped and applauded. Dell swallowed hard. 25 grand. It was more than half of what they owed the taxman. It was a lifeline. But now we reached the penalty question, Jonathan continued, his tone turning serious. This question is worth 50,000 pounds. Get this right, and you play for the grand prize of 100,000. But get it wrong, and you lose everything. You drop back to zero. Dole's mouth felt like sandpaper. Let's ave it, Jonathan. He who dares wins. All right, for 50,000 pounds. Here is the question. The giant screen behind them flashed the text. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? A. Ravel. B. Segovia. C. Rodrigo. Dell stared at the screen. The names swam before his eyes. He knew about as much regarding classical guitarists and obscure operas as he did about quantum physics. He was a man of the pub jukebox, not the Royal Albert Hall. I think I know this one. Jonathan. Dell bluffed, playing to the crowd. He rubbed his chin thoughtfully. I think it's Ravel. Or, I keep thinking, it could be Segovia. Then again, it might be Rodrigo. Jonathan smiled. Well, Derek, you're right. It's definitely one of those three. The audience chuckled. Dell felt a cold sweat prickle his neck. He couldn't risk it. Not 50 grand. Well, in that case, Jonathan, Dell said, his voice tightening, I'm going to have to use me old SOS lifeline, aren't I? I think that's probably wise. Jonathan agreed. Who would you like to be your savior tonight? Derek. My brother, Rodney. He's got to GCEs. He's the managing director of our firm. A very smart boy. Okay, let's get Rodney on the line. Back in the flat in Peckham, Rodney was miserably watching the television, still wearing his Russell Crowe gladiator tunic, having been unable to figure out how to unbuckle the complex leather straps. The phone on the table rang shrilly. Oh, piss off, Mickey, Rodney shouted at the phone, assuming it was another prank call. You're getting on my tits now. He snatched the receiver. Hello. Hello, is that Rodney? Yes, it is. And I know it's you, Mickey Pierce, so you can shove it. Rodney, this is Jonathan Ross at the Gold Rush Studio. Rodney froze. The voice matched the television exactly. The studio audience's laughter echoed slightly out of sync on the live broadcast. Oh, my God, Rodney gasped, dropping his toy sword. Hi, Jonathan. How are you? I'm just fine. I've got Derek here, and he's on 50,000 pounds. Rodney's knees buckled. He sank onto the sofa. You're kidding. I'm deadly serious. But he's got a problem with the 50,000 pound question, and he has chosen you as his savior. Listen carefully. You'll have 20 seconds to answer. Dole's desperate voice came over the line. Rodney, for the love of God, concentrate. Hold on, Rodney said, his trotter instincts kicking in despite the panic. What's in this for me? I'm the MD. I need a cut. I'll make sure you get a drink, you plonker. Just answer the question, Dell yelled. Jonathan read the question. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? Was it Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo? Rodney's mind raced. He had taken music appreciation at night school for 3 weeks to impress a girl. He closed his eyes. The memory surfaced through the fog. Ravel, Rodney said with utter certainty. How sure are you? Dell asked, practically praying. 100%, Derek. Ravel. Good boy, Rotters. Dell sighed with relief. He turned to the host, brimming with renewed confidence. There you go, Jonathan. He knows his classics. I'll go with that. It's Ravel. The studio lights dimmed. A solitary spotlight hit Jonathan Ross. He looked at his card, then at Dell. Derek, you don't have to take his answer. You know that, don't you? You can still change your mind. No, I know. Dell smiled, relaxing. But he knows what he's talking about. It's Ravel. Lock it in. Jonathan took a deep breath. Derek, that was the wrong answer. The studio fell dead silent. What? Dell whispered. It was Segovia. Jonathan said apologetically. No, Dell said, his voice trembling. No, Rodney said it was Ravel. I know he did, but he was wrong. Bad luck. Dell, you've used up all your options. You lose the 50,000 pounds. And you leave us with nothing but your 1 pound entry prize. You're frozen out of the game. Dell stared blindly at the cameras. He didn't hear the audience's sympathetic groans. He didn't hear Jonathan introducing the next contestant. The world had simply stopped turning. 50,000 pounds. Gone because of Rodney. In a blind, unthinking rage of sheer despair, Dell kicked out at the nearest object, his foot connected solidly with his contestant podium. The heavy structure wobbled, tipped, and crashed to the studio floor in a shower of sparks and broken plastic. Security rushed the stage. Dell was escorted out of the building, a broken man clutching a 1 pound coin. Chapter 8, The Final Twist. The atmosphere in Nelson Mandela House was toxic. It was a silence so thick you could carve it with a chainsaw. Rodney sat on the sofa, still clad in his ridiculous gladiator outfit, holding his head in his hands. Cassandra sat beside him, rubbing his back soothingly, while Raquel furiously scrubbed dishes in the kitchen, punishing the porcelain for those failures. I was certain, Rodney whispered to the floor. I was so certain it was Ravel. Rodney, you did your best, Cassandra said softly. It was a stupid, obscure question. And Dell was okay, wasn't he? Rodney asked, seeking some shred of comfort. He didn't make too much of a scene on live national television. Well, Cassandra winced until he kicked the podium over. It looked like he broke the buzzer system. Jonathan Ross had to pick it up while they cut to a commercial. "Where is Dell?" Rodney asked. It had been hours since the broadcast ended. "I haven't a clue," Raquel called from the kitchen, her voice trembling with suppressed rage. At the end of the show, he just disappeared into the London night, abandoned his child and his partner in an area of the city we've never been in before. Thankfully, the studio felt sorry for us and paid for a cab home. Just then, the front door clicked open. Dell shuffled in. He looked like he had aged 10 years in 3 hours. His suit was crumpled, his hair disheveled, and he carried the distinct aroma of cheap street corner hot dogs and profound defeat. He didn't look at any of them. He just walked to the armchair and collapsed into it. "What the hell happened to you?" Raquel demanded, marching into the room with a wet dishcloth. "I went out," Dell mumbled, staring at the blank television screen. "Oh, good. Long as I know." "Dell," Rodney started, his voice cracking. "I'm sorry. I could have sworn it was Ravel. I really thought it was." "And so could Cassandra, couldn't you?" Dell asked, his voice eerily calm, lacking its usual fire. "Yes, I could." Cassandra defended her husband. Dell finally looked at them. The anger was gone, replaced by a hollow, crushing despair. "Well, you're both a pair of dipsticks, then, aren't you? And as for you," he pointed a shaking finger at Rodney, "you are never, ever going to borrow my Capri again. Ever. Dell, please." "And that bone marrow you mentioned earlier," Dell continued, his voice rising slightly. "You can forget it. Keep it. Because obviously, everyone with half a brain knows that Ravel makes shoes. It was a trick question, and you fell for it like a ton of bricks." "Shoes?" Rodney blinked. Maurice Ravel was a French composer. Dell. "I don't care if he was a French baker," Dell shouted, finally snapping. "He didn't write the bloody opera, did he? Segovia did. I lost 50 grand. For the rest of my life, getting that question wrong in front of my family, my friends, and the entire British nation is going to be the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me." He glared at Rodney's leather outfit. "Although, coming home to find my managing director dressed as an extra from a sword dance sandals epic is a close second." The telephone rang. It was a harsh, jarring sound that made them all jump. Nobody moved to answer it. They were paralyzed by the sheer exhaustion of the day's events. "Hello," Cassandra finally answered, picking up the receiver. "Yes, he's here. Can I ask who's calling, please?" She covered the mouthpiece, her eyes widening. "Dell, it's the producer of Gold Rush. A man named Bill. He wants to talk to you." Dell groaned, burying his face in his hands. "Oh, my God. What's he want? I bet it's about that podium I kicked over. I bet they're going to sue me for criminal damage now, haven't they? It's just the icing on the cake." He reluctantly took the phone. "All right, I'll speak to him. Hello. Yes, this is Derek Trotter. Send me the bill for the plastic. I'll pay it in installments. He listened. The color slowly drained from his face, and then, miraculously, began to rush back in. His eyes widened. His jaw went slack. What? No, no. Dell stammered. He said there's been a mistake. Rodney sat up straight, the leather straps of his armor creaking loudly. A mistake. It was Ravel? Dell asked the voice on the phone, his voice trembling with a mixture of shock and dawning joy. He covered the phone and turned to Rodney, a manic grin splitting his face. Rodney, the producer says there was an error in their research department. The question was flawed. You were right. It was Ravel. I knew it, Rodney shouted, leaping up and punching the air with his toy sword. I knew I was right. Dell turned back to the phone, his confidence returning in a tidal wave. Yeah, I'm still here, Bill. Yeah, he said I can take the 50,000 pounds as an apology and go back on the show next week to play for the 100 grand. Yes. Dell did a little jig in the middle of the living room. Raquel gasped, clapping her hands over her mouth. They were saved. They were actually saved. But then, the pub jukebox from the Nag's Head echoed loudly through the telephone line. Dell heard the distinct sound of a pool cue hitting a ball, and a muffled, snickering laugh that sounded remarkably like Mickey Pierce. Dell's face hardened. The joy evaporated instantly, replaced by a cold, furious certainty. Oh, have a day off, will you, you lot? Dell sneered into the phone. Dell, what are you doing? Rodney asked, confused. Who do you think this is? Dell said to the phone, his voice dripping with venom. Hey, look, I can hear the jukebox in the pub in the background. It's bloody Mickey Pierce again, ain't it? Trying to pull another prank on the Sultan of Brunei's right-hand men. Dell, are you sure? Cassandra asked nervously. I'm positive. Dell shouted, highly offended. I'm going to move. No, no, no. Get to the back of the queue. Mickey, you're not having me over twice in 1 week. Dell puffed his chest out, a righteous, vengeful anger taking over. Don't worry about the money. Bill, yeah, I'll tell you exactly what we would like you to do with our winnings. Since you're so generous, give all the 50,000 pounds to charity. Yeah, every single penny of it. Rodney screamed, diving across the sofa to grab the phone. Dell, no. Dell easily pushed his skinny brother away, still talking into the receiver. And if you phone here once again with your stupid pranks, Mickey, I'm going to come down to the Nag's Head and kick your arse into shredded duck. Goodbye. Dell slammed the phone down with a triumphant thud. See, that's how you deal with pranksters. Show 'em you don't care. The room was completely, utterly silent. The air was thick with a new, terrifying kind of tension. Dell, Rodney whimpered, pointing a trembling finger at the television screen in the corner. They had left the TV on, muted, tuned to the 24-hour news channel. Breaking news text was scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Breaking, BBC apologizes for game show error. Gold Rush producers confirm contestant Derek Trotter was incorrectly penalized. MR. Trotter has been contacted and has nobly donated his 50,000 pounds winnings to charity. Dell stared at the screen. The letters seemed to burn into his retinas. Jonathan, Dell whispered to the empty room. He said give the 50,000 to charity. What a nice guy. Rodney fell to his knees, his gladiator helmet rolling across the cheap carpet. Raquel simply turned around and walked back into the bedroom, quietly closing the door. Yes, Dell suddenly shouted, clapping his hands together in a desperate, horrifying display of broken psychology. He refused to accept the reality of what he had just done. He turned to Rodney with a wild, crazed grin. Who do you people think we are? A. We're the Trotters. And we're back. Yes, 50,000 pounds to charity. What a tax write-off. This time next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires. Rodney just sobbed quietly into the carpet, the plastic sword clutched in his hands, knowing that for Trotter's independent traders, the game was finally, truly over. The Peckham Phoenix, a novelization of the Trotter Chronicles. Chapter 1, The Yellow Ghost of Peckham. The yellow three-wheeled Reliant Regal then rattled through the streets of Peckham like a skeletal remains of a decade everyone else had tried to forget. On its side, the faded lettering still defiantly proclaimed, Trotter's Independent Traders, New York, Paris, Peckham. It was a lie, of course. They had been to Paris briefly, they had never been to New York, and Peckham was currently trying its best to pretend they didn't exist. Derek Delboy Trotter sat behind the wheel, his rings catching the stray glints of a London sun that looked like it had been filtered through a greasy chip wrapper. He was humming the theme tune to his own life, a melody of seasons changing and tides turning. I'll fetch the suitcase from the van, he muttered to himself, a mantra of the perpetual salesman. Beside him sat Rodney. Rodney, the graduate with 2 GCEs and a brain that was currently a chaotic blender of existential dread and marital anxiety. Rodney was looking at the dashboard as if it were a ticking bomb. What's up with you, Rodney? Dell asked, his voice a gravelly mix of concern and irritation. You look like a man who's just found out his lottery ticket was for last week's draw. I'm a bit nervous, Dell, Rodney admitted, his voice cracking slightly. This bloke we're going to see, this Justin, he's a documentary maker, right? He's not going to be asking me anything personal about my private life. Dell swung the van around a corner with the grace of a shopping trolley in a hurricane. Of course he ain't. We're not that private, are we? We're public figures, the Trotters of Nelson Mandela House. But what about, me and Cassandra, our hiccups? Dell rolled his eyes. He's not going to want to know about your little problems in the bedroom department. Rodney, though, strictly speaking, if you're having hiccups in the bedroom, you're probably doing it wrong. I told you that in confidence. Rodney hissed, his face reddening to the color of a ripe tomato. And I'm keeping it in confidence. Dell shouted back, I'm not going to be telling him about jiffins and what Cassandra wears. I've got more class than that. Mostly. Chapter 2, The Interrogator. Justin was the kind of man who wore spectacles not because he needed them, but because they made his expensive degree look even more expensive. His office was a minimalist vacuum of white walls and overpriced Scandinavian furniture. He looked at the Trotter brothers as if they were a rare species of beetle that had accidentally crawled onto his silk tie. Sorry to keep you waiting, Justin said, his voice dripping with the practiced sincerity of a BBC middle manager. It's been a particularly busy morning. Now, I've got all the basic details about your business career, the watches, the bottled water, the pre-war lead soldiers. But what I'd like to do is to get an insight into the real you. Dell leaned back, crossing his legs and adjusting his tie. He felt at home. Give Del Boy an audience and a chance to rewrite history, and he was more dangerous than a shark in a tuxedo. How you started, how you became so successful, Justin continued, leaning forward. But more importantly, your lives and your raison d'etre. Del blinked. Oh, no. Laboratory Garney. I don't use that stuff. It's all natural, this hair. Rodney groaned into his hands. He means reason for being. Del. I knew that. Del snapped. I was just checking if he did. Right then, Justin. Where shall I start? Up to a few years ago, we were just very ordinary people living very ordinary lives. Weren't we, Rodney? Rodney gave a hollow laugh. Ordinary. Del, our childhood involved hiding from the rent collector behind a sofa that was technically also being repossessed. Details, details. Del waved a hand dismissively. And then, as you know, one day I discovered an historic and almost priceless artifact. A watch. A Harrison Lesser watch. Found it in the back of a garage. It was like a sign from the gods of commerce. Chapter 3, The Golden Age. For a brief, shimmering moment in the mid-90s, the Trotters had been kings. The novel of their lives had transitioned from a gritty social drama to a glossy jet-set thriller. Anyway, Del continued, his eyes glazing over with the memory of pure, unadulterated wealth. At first, we didn't know what to do with it. We thought about donating it to the British Museum as a national treasure. We really did. We felt a sense of duty to the crown. We thought about it for exactly 3 seconds. Rodney corrected. And then we decided to flog it. Del grinned. 6.5 million quid. Justin, can you imagine that? 6.5 million of the Queen's finest nuggets. We divvied the dosh up. making sure our Uncle Albert got a nice little drink, bless his old seafaring soul, and we thought of others. We donated to charity, enormously, of course. We bought a round of drinks for the whole Mag's Head, Rodney whispered. That was our charity work. It felt like a charity, Dell insisted. Have you seen the state of Trigger? He needs all the help he can get. So, eventually, we had to start thinking about our future. We sought out a city stockbroker, a man with a tie thinner than a strand of spaghetti and a brain like a calculator. He advised us to invest in a new and vibrant venture, a Central American market. Dell stood up, pacing the small office. It was attracting massive funds from all over the world. We were making more money than the Royal Mint. We weren't just flat, Justin. We were ascendant. Chapter 4, The Fall of the Empire. The flashback in Dell's mind was vivid. He remembered the heat of the Caribbean, the smell of expensive sun cream, and the feeling of a platinum credit card in his pocket, a card that felt like it had the power to stop the rotation of the earth if he swiped it hard enough. He remembered Raquel, his significant other, looking like a movie star in a wide-brimmed hat. He remembered young Damien, the fruit of his loins, playing on the deck of a yacht. He remembered Rodney and Cassandra, looking like they finally belonged in a world where the wine didn't come from a box. And then the music changed. It wasn't a sudden explosion. It was the sound of a phone not ringing. It was the sight of a computer screen flickering with red numbers that shouldn't have been there. She's into superstitions. The radio had been playing in the hotel lobby. Livin' La Vida Loca. It turned out, Dell said, his voice dropping an octave, that negotiations between the Central American countries had collapsed, wiped out. The market didn't just crash. It evaporated. It was like someone had pulled the plug on the ocean. We'd even paid for the hotel on a credit card. Rodney added, the ghost of the trauma still visible in his eyes. A credit card which was withdrawn while we were still at the breakfast buffet. I was halfway through a bowl of exotic fruit, and suddenly I was an international pauper. Dell nodded solemnly, but Derek Trotter is, if nothing else, a creative businessman. I came up with a solution. We had to leave. Fast. We ran, Rodney said. We literally ran for the airport while the concierge was still looking for the bill. Chapter 5, The Financial Wilderness. The return to the UK was not met with a ticker-tape parade. The news of the Trotter collapse had traveled faster than a Peckham rumor. How long did it take for the news to hit the UK? Justin asked, scribbling notes furiously. About as long as it took for someone to push a button on the internet. Dell sighed. Suddenly, all our so-called business associates wouldn't return our calls. We were cast into a financial wilderness. It was like the desert, but with more rain and less sand. And then there was Mike. Rodney reminded him. Dole's face darkened. Mike Fisher, the landlord of the Nag's Head. a man who had seen the Trotters as his ticket out of the pub trade. Mike invested his life savings in our venture, Dell explained. He actually remortgaged the pub. He's in prison now, awaiting trial. The fraud squad claims he tried to recoup his losses by embezzling the brewery. Never was a man more innocent. He confessed to everything, Dell, Rodney pointed out. He was under duress, Dell shouted. The pressure of the brewing industry is immense. The narrative shifted to the waiting room of the court. The atmosphere was thick with the smell of cheap coffee and the nervous sweat of Peckham's finest. Denzel was pacing, wearing the marble floor down. Uncle Albert was sitting there, looking like a weary old owl. Trigger was. Well, Trigger was staring at a wall, possibly having a conversation with his own shadow. Trig, if I go in there and tell the truth, Denzel had said, Dell and Rodney are going to be spending the next 5 years sharpening Jeffrey Archer's pencils. I'm going to tell them I hear voices, Trigger had replied, with the terrifying sincerity of the truly confused. Chapter 6, The Wrong Side of the Grave. The funeral of Uncle Albert should have been a moment of dignified sorrow. Instead, it was a master class in Trotter-esque absurdity. The family stood in the biting cold of a coastal cemetery. Dell was genuinely heartbroken. Albert had been their anchor, the man who had survived the Battle of the Baltic only to be nearly killed by those cooking. I feel bad, Dell whispered to Rodney as they stood by the grave. Leaving him here on his own while we were off globe-trotting. We should have taken him to Barbados. He didn't have a passport. Dell, Rodney reminded him. He thought the Germans were still looking for him. They stood amongst a group of strangers. A woman named Marion was crying. A man named Roland was complaining about Albert's wartime sagas. God, he did go on, didn't he? Roland sneered. Never bloody stopped. The John Wayne of the East End. Dill's blood began to simmer. It reached boiling point. He stepped forward, his eyes blazing. You got to remember that a lot of blokes lost their lives for our liberty, just so that 50 years later, prats like you would have the freedom to knock them. You want to go outside and have a chat. Roland? Calm down, Dell, Rodney pleaded. It was only when the young boy, Damien, looked up at a passing plane and asked if it was a Spitfire that the reality hit them. Wait a minute, Dell said, looking at the headstone. Bunny. Why did you call him Bunny? Because his surname was Warren, Roland said. Albert Warren. Raff. The silence that followed was heavy. Rodney, Dell whispered, his face turning ashen. We're at the wrong funeral. Oh, let's go. Rodney hissed, grabbing Dell's arm. They fled the cemetery like grave robbers who had forgotten their shovels. Chapter 7, The Phoenix Arises, sort of. Back in Nelson Mandela House, the grandeur of the millionaire years felt like a dream someone else had had. The flat was cramped, the wallpaper was peeling, and the Inland Revenue was knocking on the door with the persistence of a woodpecker on a metal pole. The court declared me bankrupt, Dell announced to the family. But don't worry, I've worked it all out. I'm a trader. I could sell rice to the Chinese. The firm's been liquidized, Dell, Rodney said, sitting at the kitchen table. Disqualified, Dell corrected. I've been disqualified from running it. That doesn't mean the company is dead. We just need a new managing director. Someone young. Someone enthusiastic. Someone with to GCEs. Rodney looked up, a glimmer of hope or madness in his eyes. Me. Yes, you, Rodney. You can take over Trotter's independent traders. Legally, there's nothing to stop you. You're clean, mostly. And so, the new era began. Rodney Trotter, managing director, Dell took a back seat, or rather, he sat in the front seat and shouted directions while Rodney tried to drive. They were back in business. They were trading again. The goal, $48,750 for pounds. That was the debt. That was the mountain they had to climb. Chapter 8, The Golden Ticket. The idea for Gold Rush came to Dell like a divine revelation during a late-night session of channel hopping. It's a game show, Rodney, Dell shouted, bursting into the living room. Jonathan Ross, you can win 100,000 quid. It's the fastest game show on TV. Dell, you think King Edward introduced the potato to England? Rodney said flatly. I didn't hear the question properly. Dell insisted. I've worked it out. I'm going to apply. This time next year, we'll be millionaires. Again. This time last week we were millionaires, Cassandra pointed out from the kitchen. But Dell was already filling out the form. He wasn't just a bankrupt salesman from Peckham anymore. In his mind, he was a Renaissance man, a lover of fine wines, the theater, and 16th century Italian art. He was Derek Trotter, and the world hadn't seen the last of him. Chapter 9, The Brunei Connection. The telephone in the Trotter household was a fickle instrument. Sometimes it brought news of a consignment of hooky VCers. Other times, it was just the electric company wondering if Dell intended to pay his bill within the current century. One evening, as Rodney was trying to maintain a facade of managing director gravitas, the phone rang. Trotter's independent traders, how may I help you? Rodney said, his voice an octave deeper than usual. Good evening, a voice responded, accented and dripping with importance. I am wishing to speak with managing director. This is he, Rodney said, puffing out his chest. My name is Rodney Trotter. I am representative of the Sultan of Brunei, the voice continued. Rodney's heart did a little tap dance against his ribs. He looked at Dell, who was currently trying to clean a fake Rolex with a bit of spit and a rag. Dell, it's the Sultan of Brunei. Dell stopped rubbing the watch. Yeah, and I'm the Pope's golf partner. Give it here. But Rodney was already hooked. How may I be of assistance? Sir, His Highness has seen your advertisement in the newspaper. He would like you to fly to Brunei and be his consultant. Rodney's eyes glazed over. He could see it now. Gold-plated yachts, silk robes, and a world where duty-free wasn't just a suggestion. Consultant. On what, specifically? Recently, the voice said, suppressed laughter starting to bubble through the accent, His Highness bought a crappy old three-wheeled van, and he wants to know how to start it on cold mornings. The line exploded into the unmistakable, high-pitched cackle of Nicky Pierce. Rodney slammed the phone down. I knew it was him. I was just winding him up. Dell shook his head. Rodney, you're about as good at winding people up as a sundial in a coal cellar. Get back to your paperwork. Chapter 10, Fantasy Therapy. Rodney's marriage to Cassandra was, in his own words, a series of minor hiccups in the bedroom department. To address this, Rodney had turned to the modern equivalent of a witch doctor, a lifestyle magazine. It's called Fantasy Therapy. Cass, Rodney explained that night, his voice hushed. This expert in America says our troubles stem from memory baggage. We need to become different people, reborn. Cassandra looked at him over the top of her book. Different people. Do I get to be someone who lives in a house without a yellow vent parked outside? No, it's about iconoclastic autosuggestion. Rodney insisted. We write down our fantasy figure, and for one night, the other person becomes that figure. No dressing up required. It's all in the mind. All right, Cassandra sighed. I'll try anything to stop you talking about memory baggage. They wrote down their choices. Cassandra handed her slip to Rodney. He opened it and blinked. The bill. You want me to be a copper? Just a position of authority, Rodney, she said, a mischievous glint in her eye. Rodney's own fantasy involved a certain gladiator, or maybe a heroic figure from a film he'd seen recently. He didn't say it, but he had a plan. The next evening, the plan went horribly wrong. Dell burst into the flat to find Cassandra dressed in a full policewoman's uniform, complete with a baton and a look of professional disapproval. Rodney, on the other hand, was standing there in a leather tunic, looking like he'd been rejected from a low-budget production of Spartacus. Oh, my God! Dell shouted, nearly dropping his bag of takeaway. I thought we were being raided. Cassandra, I didn't know you'd joined the force. And Rodney, what are you? A Roman centurion with a vitamin D deficiency. It's a fancy dress party. Dell, Rodney yelled, his face turning a shade of purple that matched his tunic. We're going to a party. My ex-boss at the bank invited us. At 5:30, Dell asked, skeptical, a bit early for a rave, isn't it? It's an early party for people who have to be up for work. Rodney grabbed Cassandra's arm. Come on, Reg Hollis. Let's go before he starts asking for our badges. Chapter 11, The Lights of Gold Rush. The BBC television studios were a labyrinth of cables, tired security guards, and the smell of industrial-grade hairspray. Del stood in the wings of the Gold Rush set, adjusting his suit. He told the producers he was a connoisseur of the arts. He told them his hobbies included fine wines and 16th century Italian Renaissance art. In reality, his knowledge of fine wine stopped at anything that didn't have a screw top, and the only Renaissance art he owned was a framed picture of a crying boy that he'd bought at a car boot sale in 1984. Welcome to another edition of the show that is taking the country by storm. The voice of Jonathan Ross boomed through the speakers. This is Thursday. This is live. This is Jonathan Ross, and this is Gold Rush. Del stepped onto the stage, his smile fixed, his rings gleaming under the studio lights. Beside him were his competitors, Mike Wallace, a financial advisor who looked like he'd swallowed a lemon, and Janice Scott, who seemed genuinely terrified of the cameras. And finally, Ross announced, "We have Derek Trotter from Peckham." Derek is a businessman who lives with Raquel, his significant other. His pastimes include fine wines, the theater, and 16th century Italian Renaissance art. Del gave a thumbs up. Lovely jubbly. Jonathan, just happy to be here for the culture, you know. Chapter 12, The Rainbow Road. The game began with a flurry of questions. Del's finger was poised over the buzzer like a predator waiting for a slow-moving gazelle. Whose famous diary recorded the plague and the Great Fire of London? Ross asked. Del hit the buzzer. Mrs. Dale's. The studio went silent. Ross blinked. Nice try, Del, but I'm afraid that's not right. You're frozen now. Eventually, through a series of fluke errors by his opponents, Del found himself as the first challenger on the Rainbow Road. He stood in the center of the stage, a 1-pound coin clutched in his hand, his guaranteed prize. Whatever else happens, that's yours, Ross said. Just make sure it ain't Irish, eh? Del quipped, winking at the camera. He breezed through the early rounds. He knew Kilimanjaro was in Africa mostly because he'd once tried to sell a crate of T-shirts with the mountain printed on the wrong side. He survived a challenge from Janice. The money climbed. 10,000, 25,000. And then the green question. In which state was President Kennedy born? Del hesitated. He remembered the news footage. He remembered the tragedy. Well, when he was assassinated in 1963, he was in a terrible state. He died. I need the name of the state. Del, Ross urged. Texas, Florida, or California? Del sweated. He used his shot in the dark. Florida, he shouted. No, Ross sighed. It was Texas. But you played your shot, so you're still in the game for the penalty question. Chapter 13, The Ravel Debacle. The penalty question was worth £50,000. If Del got it right, he'd move to the final gold question for 100,000. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? Was it Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo? Del's brain stalled. Classical music. He was a man of the people. He liked the theme from Z Cars and anything by Tom Jones. He needed his SOS. He needed his brother. My brother, Rodney, Del said, he's a graduate to GCEs. He knows his classics. Back in the flat, the phone rang. Rodney, still in his Spartacus tunic, answered it. Hello, Rodney. It's Jonathan Ross. Oh, piss off, Mickey, you're getting on my tits now. Rodney yelled. Rodney, it's not Mickey, it's the BBC. Your brother is on 50 grand. Realization hit Rodney like a bucket of cold water. He listened to the question. Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo? Ravel. Rodney shouted into the phone. I'm 100% sure, Del, it's Ravel. Del, back in the studio, looked at the camera with the confidence of a man who had just been handed the keys to the Bank of England. It's Ravel, Jonathan. My brother knows. He's got the brains in the family. Are you sure, Derek? Ross asked. You don't have to take his answer. No. Rodney's spot on. Ravel. The buzzer sounded a long, agonizing drone of failure. Derek, Ross said, his voice filled with genuine pity. That was the wrong answer. It was Segovia. Del's face fell. The 100,000 pounds vanished into the ether. What? But Rodney said he's got to GCEs. Chapter 14, The Return of the Conqueror Not. The journey back to Peckham was long and silent. Del walked through the door of the flat to find Rodney and Cassandra waiting, still dressed as a gladiator and a policewoman. What happened? Rodney asked, his voice small. What happened? Del exploded. What happened is that you're a dipstick, Rodney. That's what happened. Everyone knows that Ravel makes shoes. It was a trick question, and you fell for it. Shoes? Rodney stammered. Ravel wrote Bolero. I don't care if he wrote the Bible. He makes shoes in the Peckham High Street. You lost us 50 grand. The argument raged until the phone rang again. It was the producer of Gold Rush. Hello. Yes, this is Derek Trotter. What? No, really. Del turned to the room, his eyes wide. There's been a mistake. The producer says it was Ravel. Segovia was just the guitarist who performed it or something. They've checked the facts. I can have the 50,000 pounds and come back on the show next week. The room erupted. Rodney cheered. Raquel cried. Even Cassandra hugged her prisoner. See, Del shouted, his voice reaching a crescendo of triumph. I knew I was right. I knew the Trotters were back. He grabbed the phone again. Yeah. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. Give all the money to charity. Yeah. And if you phone here once again, I'm going to come down there and kick your arse into shredded duck. He slammed the phone down. Del, Rodney screamed, "What did you do that for?" Because, Del said, a sly grin spreading across his face, that wasn't the producer. I could hear the jukebox at the Nag's Head. That was Mickey Pierce again. He sat down, exhausted but undefeated. Don't worry, Rodney. This time next year, we'll be millionaires. And in the heart of Peckham, for the 1,000th time, they almost believed him. Chapter 15, The Morning After the Morning After. The following morning, Nelson Mandela House felt like the setting of a hungover Greek tragedy. The adrenaline of the gold rush debacle had dissipated, leaving only the cold reality of the Inland Revenue's interest rates and the lingering smell of Raquel's burnt toast. Del sat at the kitchen table, nursing a cup of tea that was mostly condensed milk and desperation. He was staring at a pile of bills as if he could intimidate them into paying themselves. Rodney, Del barked as his brother shuffled into the kitchen, looking like a man who had spent the night sleeping in a tumble dryer. Where's the inventory for the new stock? Rodney groaned, rubbing his eyes. Del, it's 8 in the morning. And technically, since I'm the managing director, shouldn't I be asking you for that? Del let out a short, sharp laugh. Managing director. Rodney, you're the only managing director in London who still gets an allowance from his older brother. Now, where is it? It's in the van. Rodney sighed. But it's mostly those unbreakable umbrellas we bought from Boyke. I tried one this morning. It snapped the second a light breeze hit it. Del didn't look up. That's because you don't know the technique. Rodney, you have to open them with finesse. They're not umbrellas. They're aerodynamic sunshades. It's all in the marketing. Raquel entered, Damien trailing behind her. The boy was wearing a t-shirt that said Future Millionaire, a gift from Del that currently felt like a cruel joke. Del, we've had another letter from the council, Raquel said, her voice weary. They're asking about the arrears again. Del stood up, smoothing his waistcoat. Don't you worry about the council. Sweetheart, I've got a meeting this afternoon with a very influential business associate. Top-level stuff. Is it Trigger? Rodney asked, deadpan. Del paused, his hand on the door handle. He might be in the vicinity. Yes, but that's irrelevant. We are the Trotters. We've been down before, but we always bounce back. Like those rubber balls that never stop. They're called Super Balls. Del, Rodney corrected. And eventually, they hit someone in the eye and get confiscated. Chapter 16, The Nag's Head Resurrection. The Nag's Head was the spiritual home of the Trotter Empire, a place where legends were told and where beer was served at a temperature that could only be described as room adjacent. As Del and Rodney walked in, a hush fell over the bar. It was the kind of silence usually reserved for a funeral or a surprise inspection by the health department. Trigger was at his usual spot, looking as if he hadn't moved since the mid-70s. Denzel was nursing a half-pint, and Sid was behind the bar, polishing a glass that looked like it had been used to store gravel. "All right, Dave," Trigger said, nodding at Rodney. "It's Rodney," Rodney sighed, for the 10,000th time. "Heard about the show, Del," Sid said, leaning over the bar. "Me and the wife were watching. She said she liked your suit, said it made you look like a very successful magician." Del ignored the barb. "It's all part of the game." Sid: "High stakes, high rewards. We were testing the waters, weren't we?" Rodney: "I was testing the limits of human embarrassment," Rodney muttered. "Don't listen to him," Del said, ordering a large cognac. "He's got executive stress. Now, Denzel, I hear you've been having trouble with your suspension." Denzel looked up, wary. "How do you know that?" "I have my sources," Del said, leaning in. "And it just so happens that Trotter's independent traders under the new and vibrant leadership of Rodney here has just acquired a consignment of high-performance shock absorbers, straight from Germany." "Germany?" Denzel asked, "or a garage in Lewisham?" Del looked hurt. "Denzel, would I lie to you? They're military grade, built to withstand a direct hit from a tank. Your van will feel like a magic carpet." "How much?" Denzel asked, his curiosity getting the better of his common sense. "For you, a mere £100, plus a small administration fee for the managing director." Del nudged Rodney. Rodney, tell him about the quality." Rodney looked at Denzel, then at Del, then at his beer. "They're round, and they've got springs, I think." "See?" Del beamed. "The man's a genius. Right, let's seal the deal." Sid: "A round for my friends." On Rodney's tab. Chapter 17, The Suitcase in the Van. The sun was beginning to set over Peckham, casting long, orange shadows over the estate. Del and Rodney were back at the van, the shock absorbers, which looked suspiciously like painted PVC pipes, safely stowed in the back. Del reached into the van and pulled out a battered leather suitcase. He handled it with a reverence usually reserved for religious relics. "This is it, Rodney," Del said, his voice dropping to a whisper. "The beginning of the comeback." "Del, it's a suitcase," Rodney said. "What's in it? More umbrellas?" Del popped the latches. Inside were hundreds of small, plastic devices that looked like a cross between a calculator and a remote control. "Electronic personal organizers," Del announced. "The future of business, Rodney. Every man in London is going to want one. It's got a clock, a calendar, and a button that makes a beeping noise. Del, everyone has these on their phones now," Rodney said, holding one up. "It's 2002. This technology is practically prehistoric." Del shook his head, a look of pity on his face. "That's where you're wrong, Rodney. People miss the tactile experience, They want something they can hold, something with weight. These are vintage tech. It's the latest trend. I'm telling you, by this time next year, Rodney cut him off. We'll be millionaires. I know. Del, I know. They stood there for a moment, two brothers in a three-wheeled van, surrounded by the debris of 100 failed schemes and the flickering hope of 1,000 more. I'll fetch the suitcase from the van, Del repeated, a small smile playing on his lips. Because where it all comes from is a mystery, Rodney. But as long as we're together, we're the bestest. Rodney looked at the suitcase, then at his brother. He let out a long, slow breath and climbed into the passenger seat. All right, Del, drive on. But if we pass a skip, those shock absorbers are going in it. Deal. Del laughed, turning the key. The engine coughed, spluttered, and finally roared into life. Next stop, Paris. Or maybe just the car boot sale in Sidcup. Mange tout, Rodney. Mange tout. Chapter 18, The Market's Cold Shoulder. Monday morning in Peckham Market was a sensory assault. The air was a thick soup of diesel fumes, frying onions from a nearby burger van, and the desperate cries of stallholders trying to offload items that had clearly fallen off the back of a very fast-moving truck. Rodney stood behind a makeshift table, shivering in a thin coat. He was holding one of the electronic personal organizers. He looked about as comfortable as a penguin in a sauna. Go on, Rodney. Give Em the patter, Del urged from the safety of a nearby tea stall. Don't just stand there like a Statue of Liberty with a hangover. Sell the dream. Rodney cleared his throat. Step up, everyone. Organize your life. With this plastic thing, it has a clock, and it beeps. A woman in a tracksuit stopped and looked at the device. Does it have a camera? No, Rodney said honestly. Does it have the internet? No. What does it do then? Well, Rodney struggled. If you forget what day it is, you can press this button and it will tell you, provided you've set the date correctly, which is quite a complex process, to be honest. The woman walked away. Shaking her head, Del stormed over, his face redder than a ripe tomato. Rodney, what are you doing? You're not selling a funeral, you're selling the future. Look, watch the master. Del grabbed an organizer and held it aloft. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Are you tired of carrying around heavy books? Are you tired of losing your place in your diary? Introducing the Trotter 2000. It's used by astronauts. It's used by international spies. It's so secret that even the government doesn't want you to have one. A small crowd gathered. Those eyes sparkled. It's got a high-definition liquid crystal display. It's got a built-in alarm system to warn you of approaching birthdays. And for today only, because my brother here has just been made managing director and he's feeling generous, you can have it for a tenner. A tenner. A man shouted. I can get a real one for a $5 down at the pound shop. Ah, but does the pound shop one come with a lifetime guarantee from Trotter's Independent Traders? Dell shot back. And does it have the emergency beep function? I think not. The crowd began to disperse. Rodney sighed. Dell, it's no use. People aren't stupid. They know a piece of junk when they see one. Junk? Dell whispered, horrified. This is vintage, Rodney. It's retro. We just haven't found our target market yet. We need a specialist buyer. Like who? A museum for failed inventions. No, Dell said, a slow grin spreading across his face. I know exactly who. Boyke. Chapter 19, The Strategy Meeting. That evening, the living room of Nelson Mandela House was converted into a high-level boardroom. Rodney was sitting at the table with a notepad, trying to look professional. Raquel was in the kitchen, and the distant sound of Damien playing a video game provided a soundtrack of explosions and digital screams. Right, Rodney said, tapping his pen. Meeting of the Board of Directors. Item 1, the debt. £48,754. Item 2, assets. We have 200 broken umbrellas, 50 fake shock absorbers, and 199 electronic personal organizers. One broke when Dell sat on it. It didn't break, Dell corrected from the armchair. It just redistributed its components. It's an exploding view model. Very educational. Whatever, Rodney sighed. Dell, we need a real plan. We can't keep selling junk to the neighbors. We're going to get evicted. Dell leaned forward, his voice serious. Rodney, I've been thinking. As the managing director, you need to think big. We don't need 100 small deals. We need one huge deal. A deal that will wipe out the debt in one go. And what is this deal? Rodney asked, wary. I've been talking to a bloke called Nervous Nick. He's got a lead on a consignment of, well, it's high-tech equipment. Not more organizers? No, it's medical equipment. Laser-guided, state-of-the-art diagnostic machines. Rodney stared at him. Medical equipment. Dell, you don't know a laser from a light bulb. And where would we sell medical equipment? The private sector, Rodney. Private clinics. I've already made a few calls. I've told them we're an international consultancy specializing in healthcare procurement. You told them what? Rodney stood up, pacing. Dell, this is fraud. We're going to end up in the nick with Mike. It's not fraud. It's creative marketing. Dell shouted back. And besides, we're doing the world a favor. We're bringing down the cost of health care. We're practically saints. You're practically a lunatic, Rodney yelled. I'm the managing director, and I'm saying no. No lasers, no clinics, no Nervous Nick. The room went silent. Raquel appeared at the door, a spatula in her hand. Is everything all right in here? Everything's fine, sweetheart, Dell said, his voice dripping with fake calm. "Rodney's just having a bit of executive stress. He'll be fine once he's had his tea." Rodney slumped back into his chair. "I can't do this. Del, I'm not a businessman. I'm just Rodney." Del walked over and put a hand on his brother's shoulder. "No, you're not just Rodney. You're a trotter, and trotters never give up. We'll find a way. Prove. Kushti." Chapter 20, The Ghost of Millionaires Past. Later that night, when the rest of the flat was asleep, Del stood on the balcony, looking out over the flickering lights of Peckham. The wind was cold, but he didn't feel it. He was thinking about the yacht. He was thinking about the taste of the expensive cognac and the feeling of the sun on his face in Barbados. He missed it. He missed the respect. He missed the way people looked at him when he had money in his pocket. Now, they just looked at him with pity, or worse, they didn't look at him at all. "If only Mum could see us now," he whispered to the night. He remembered the promise he'd made to her on her deathbed. He'd promised to look after Rodney. He'd promised to make something of themselves. And for a while, he'd done it. He'd reached the summit, but the fall had been long and hard. He reached into his pocket and pulled out the £1 coin from the Gold Rush show. He flipped it in the air and caught it. "Heads, we're back in the money," he muttered. "Tails, well, tails, we just try harder." He looked at the coin. It was tails. Del smiled. "That's my boy, always playing hard to get." He turned back into the flat, his mind already spinning with new ideas, new angles, new ways to turn the world in his favor. Because Derek Trotter wasn't just a salesman, he was a survivor. And as long as there was a deal to be made, a story to be told, and a brother to argue with, he was exactly where he belonged. "Good night, Peckham," he said, closing the balcony door. "Sleep well, because tomorrow the Phoenix is going to do some shopping." Chapter 21, Meeting Nervous Nick. The rendezvous point was a derelict garage in a part of Bermondsey that even the rats avoided. The air smelled of damp cardboard and secrets. Del adjusted his camel hair coat, trying to look like a high-level procurement officer rather than a man who had just spent his last tenner on petrol. Rodney followed, his eyes darting toward every shadow. "Del, I really don't like this." Nervous Nick is called nervous for a reason, usually because he's about to be arrested. "He's just high-strung, Rodney," Del whispered. "Genius often is." A man emerged from behind a stack of rusted oil drums. He was twitching so violently that his glasses were barely staying on his nose. This was Nervous Nick. You got the money?" Nick stammered, his eyes scanning the empty street. "I've got the backing of a major international syndicate, Nick," Del said, patting his empty chest pocket. "But first, we see the gear. The lasers." Nick led them to a crate covered in a greasy tarpaulin. With a flourish that sent his hat flying, he pulled it back. Inside were rows of sleek, silver cylinders with blinking red lights. There they are, Nick whispered. Laser guided. High precision. Straight from A high-tech facility in the north. Rodney leaned in, looking at a cylinder. Del, these look like industrial barcode scanners. Shh, Del hissed. They're diagnostic tools. Rodney, diagnostic. Nick, how many have you got? 50 units. Take 'em now for $5,000, and I'll throw in the cables. Del looked at Rodney, his eyes wide with greed. Rodney, at $5,000, that's only £100 a unit. We sell 'em to a private clinic for $500 each, and we've wiped out half the debt in a weekend. Del, we haven't got $5,000. Rodney cried. We have, if we use our contingency fund, Del said, avoiding Rodney's gaze. You mean the money Raquel was saving for Damien's school uniform? It's an investment. Rodney, Damien will have a uniform made of gold by the time we're finished. Chapter 22, The Master's Pitch. Boyke sat in his garden, a glass of expensive-looking champagne in one hand and a cigar the size of a small tree in the other. He looked at Del and Rodney as if they were a particularly unconvincing set of garden gnomes. So, Derek, Boyke drawled, his voice a nasal symphony of condescension. I hear you've been appearing on television. A very moving performance. I especially like the bit where you lost 50,000 pounds because you didn't know your classics. It was a technicality. Boyke, Del shot back, trying to keep his cool. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about show business. I'm here to offer you a piece of the future. He opened a small briefcase to reveal one of the silver cylinders. Boyke leaned forward, squinting. And what exactly is this? A very expensive pencil case. It's a laser-guided pathological scanner. Boyke, Del said, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. Straight from the R&D labs in Switzerland. It can detect anything from a common cold to a midlife crisis. Boyke picked it up, weighing it. It looks remarkably like a checkout scanner from a supermarket in Croydon. That's the clever part. Del beamed. It's built into a familiar casing to prevent patient anxiety. High tech. Low stress. These are going to be in every private hospital in London by Christmas. I've got the exclusive distribution rights. Rodney cleared his throat. Well, technically, Trotter's Independent Traders is the sole procurement agent. Boyke let out a short, sharp laugh that sounded like a seagull choking on a chip. Healthcare, Derek, you can't even diagnose a leak in your own radiator. I'm talking about the margins, Boyke, Del urged. 30% return in 30 days. Guaranteed. Boyke put the cylinder back. I'll tell you what, Del, I'll take 10 of them at £100 each. Not a penny more. Del's face fell. 100? Boyke, I paid more than that myself. Then you're even more of a dipstick than I thought, Boyke said, standing up. Now, if you'll excuse me, Marlene is calling. We're having a very expensive lunch. Chapter 23, The Laser Reveal. Back at the flat, the living room was filled with silver cylinders. Rodney was sitting on the floor, surrounded by instruction manuals that were written entirely in what appeared to be simplified Chinese. "Del," Rodney said, his voice trembling, "I found the translation for the model number." Del, who was busy trying to buff the Made in China stickers off the cylinders, didn't look up. And, "Does it say precision medical tool?" "No," Rodney said, standing up. "It says industrial poultry sexer." Del froze. "A what?" "A poultry sexer. Del, it's a laser tool used in high-speed chicken factories to determine if a chick is a boy or a girl." Del stared at the cylinder in his hand. He pressed the button, and a tiny red laser beam shot out, hitting a picture of Uncle Albert on the wall. "But it's laser-guided," Nick said. "Nick is a conman. Del, we've spent Damien's uniform money on 50 machines that tell you if a chicken is a rooster." The silence in the flat was absolute. Then, from the hallway, came the sound of Raquel's keys in the door. "Oh, no," Rodney whispered. "Del, if she sees these, she's going to sex us both with a rolling pin." "Quick, under the sofa," Del hissed. They spent the next 10 minutes frantically shoving silver cylinders under the furniture, just as Raquel walked in. "Hello, boys," she said, looking around suspiciously. "Why is everything moved? And why is there a red dot on Uncle Albert's nose? It's a new security system